Ruse today.
Yeah, Ben McIntosh and also Harry McBurney, Huey Jarrett, gee, they're impressive players. It's good.
Yeah, when you've got a barrel like Huey Jarrett, you just let him go. I don't know what the instructions are for him each week, but if he gets caught once or twice, we'll take that because he can do that fend off, and if he does the fend off, he's got 15 metres and get that delivery into the forward line. He's just an absolute gun. Run and carry and just go for it. And Ben McIntosh, bit of a quad injury last week, came off precautionary. But he probably did a couple of loads of wood on Sunday and worked on the farm all day through the week. So he's tough and he'll run all day today. We'll see those green boots flashing up and down the wing all day. Yeah,
that's it for the Hawks. Dylan Blasick, Jack Hogan. Look at Demizio, as Dan said. Now we're going for the toss of the coin, are we, Robbie?
Well, we just had it, Lukey, and we're going to see Yakandanda will kick to the equestrian end of the ground. Kiwa Sandy Creek going to the road end. Would you call it, Scoot?
Yeah, the Lockhart's gap, or even the Charleroi end. It's just over the road there.
Charleroi.
Oh, wow.
All right. Well, so, but that's good.
For the Charcoal Kings this afternoon, Robbie, where for Albury Wodonga MG, as we said, Dean Vaccaro on the Mac Jack stats. And the opening term is brought to you by Elders Rural, the pre-game show, of course, for regional ag and construction. We're almost set to go in the second qualifying final at Sandy Creek Reserve. And we're about to cross to the 94 Barton medalist, Robbie McKinlay. Here we go.
Thanks, Lukey. Patton gets the first touch, and no one will get a decisive clearance. And we'll have a secondary bounce, I reckon. And here's umpire Mason Ring, who is joined today out on the ground by Dylan Sidebottom and Adam Zarkle. So we're back right in the middle of the ground where we all started from. And Yakandanda kicking to the right of your screen. Now here's a chance, a clearance. Hicks kicks the ball long into half forward. Coming hard was Newnham for Kiwa Sandy Creek. Kick was half smothered, so got a hand on that. Playing will be the call. Might have been a push, was it? Yes, there is. Push and a free kick is going to go the way of Yakandanda there in last line of defence. And the free kick's going to be taken by Logan Martin. He plays on immediately.
Yeah, well done, Robbie. Caught it perfectly. It was a pushing free kick. So Lingham, who played a fantastic game last Saturday. Here he goes, Angus, from the back pocket position, looking for Lee Dale. McDonald came up over the top. Here come the Hawks through Blasick. Garland chipping in and takes the mark for the Ruse. He was having a look out broadcast side. Here he goes now. Got a 25-metre kick to the outer side. McIntosh, great player, swings around, squaring ball. Finds Williams, true half-back flank for the Ruse. Let's see what the big man can do. He's going to move it to centre wing, about a 25-metre kick, one-on-one. Demizio and Kimmy Jarrett. McIntosh goes again, then hacked off the ground. This is Jake Hicks for the Hawks and gets brought down. And the Ruse are going to take it through Artie Griner, Robbie.
Yeah, the veteran, just 204th game today. Kicks it to centre wing, but they got the numbers. Evans, the Kiwa, kicks towards half forward, and it's knocked out over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. So early days. Dan Vaccaro, what do you got on your Mac Jack stats? Anything that's going to fascinate us?
On the Mac Jack Mac Jack, it's going to be a mouthful today, but Kiwa have started hot, boys. They've gone inside forward 50. They got the first clearance of the day, so really positive start for them.
We'll get down to Scooter Fraser shortly. The Charcoal Kings doing all these good stuff. Boundary side today. Williams takes the ball. Missed it though. Chance here for Josh Hicks. He overrun the footy. And Scooter, it's been a bit of a nervous start, both sides. Not a lot happening yet for Charcoal Kings.
I guess the heat has to go out of the game, but some great matchups. Buckley Wilson's gone to Zach Leach in the Yak forward line. Nick Carney on Nick Donaghy. And on the wing, Zach Collins and Ethan Petrala lining up on each other.
First term for Elders Rural. Get down the line from Huey Jarrett. Here's McIntosh again, wrapped up. And the ball's gone across the chalk, so we'll have a boundary throw in. Right as centre wing. Good afternoon to you, wherever you may be tuned into the live stream. TDFL finals for 2023 at this super venue, Sandy Creek Reserve. Just looks unreal. Here's Pat in the ruck, up against Williams. Two big men, McBurney. Burns through, very good 7 days ago also. Leach. McBurney again. And good tussle out there, good contest, strong. And the ball again has gone out of bounds, Dan.
Couple of early ball winners. Jack Demizio, he got the early touch, and Josh Hicks as well, so big names getting their hands in the footy for Kiwa Sandy Creek.
Yeah, so a bit of a nervous start, both sides feeling each other out. The one thing that is significant is the pressure around the footy. There's no easy kicks as Leach is tackled, and he's good call early. Give it here, says the umpire. Zarkle, I think it was. And they will ball up it slightly into attack for Yakandanda. They haven't been inside forward 50 yet, and they won't just now. Turner off half-back to Wallace. Now they'll clear through Hogan. Drives the ball long to half-foot. Well-weighted kick. Chance here for Croucher. Handball behind to Collins. Intercepted nicely there. Yakandanda defend this okay. Croucher's back for another chance. He regathers. Sees Hogan. Handballs to him. Hogan's kicks off the side of the boot. Not one of his best passes. Coming through was Connor Newnham like the Southern Aurora. And his misguided handball trickles out over the boundary line. 70 metres around from the Kiwa Sandy Creek goal. We have gone 4 minutes on the Jabbo Donks time clock. And it's 0-0 here at Sandy Creek.
Yeah, Jack Noonan as well. He's had a great year. 41 goals for Kiwa Sandy Creek. So he's going to be a huge threat today, Lukey.
Yeah, no score yet, as Robbie said on the Commercial Club scoreboard. The Gaps rode in. Croucher, left foot hurry, kick along the ground. Bailey Dale, sweeping hand pass to Petrala. Kick was smothered by Blasick. Yui Jarrett, great work. And on the left foot, tried to get it to McBurney, but chipping in was Bogle. So let's have a look. The Hawks, here they go again. Another forward entry to the Gaps road end. Lingham through his mitts at the back. Lee Dale has a chance to mop up for the Ruse on that left foot. Out to McIntosh. She's been good early. Just inside defence is 50. A little one to McInnes. Ruse have it on the back flank.
McInnes off the left foot. Kicks okay. And the Ruse here. Griner, kick it right now. Oh, Petrala got a terrible bounce. Dill Blasick picks it up. Kick might have had a hand on it. Play on's the call. Good tackle. Strong tackle by Logan Martin. It wasn't an easy one to execute. Scooter Fraser for Charcoal Kings under a lot of pressure. He executed superbly.
There's a lot of pressure by both sides early, boys. It's great.
Patton got the tap. Chance here. Front of the ground was Hicks. Into half forward. Top of the goal square. Whistle. Free kick. And it's going to a hold. So it's good. What do you see down there for Charcoal Kings?
Holding the man, I think, against Gus Lingham by the look of it.
And it will be Connor Newnham who'll come back and have the first genuine shot on goal. We've gone almost 6 minutes. And for the Commercial Club, we should see the first score of the afternoon as we see Petrala come off. And it is Connor Marshall going on for the first time today. So here's Connor Newnham. 41 goals so far this season. He'll kick from 25 metres out. Slight angle and he puts it through. So the Hawks get the first goal of the afternoon. 6 minutes gone. We're doing this one for Elders Rural. What are you seeing on that stat sheet for Mac Jack Sheds, Dan Vaccaro?
Thank you, Robbie, doing it for Mac Jack Sheds. Look, positive start for Kiwa. They've owned the territory battle so far. Yak yet to have it inside 50 already, and Kiwa up to the 4. Demizio, Blasick getting their hands in the footy and having a hand in every play. Jack Hagen's had the 2 touches and Josh Hicks as well in their midfield. So positive start for Kiwa. Yakandanda just caught sleeping a little bit, Lukey, in the opening 5 minutes, but Kiwa, positive start. They're owning that territory battle.
I think one of the matchups, boys, on the wing will be Ethan Petrala and Zach Collins. I reckon that'll be we mentioned it before, and they've been a bit of push and shove already, so a little bit of heat early.
That's the voice. Back in the middle of the ground. Let's have a look. Man with a big fist away. James O'Connell wrapped up by Josh Hicks. And the ball going to ground.
Geez, it was a low throw up, wasn't it?
It was.
Let's check umpire side bottom. That's better.
Here we go again. Just left of his centre. Josh Hicks at the bottom of the pack. Marshall there also.
It's a bit like that first throw of the dartboard, wasn't it, Lukey?
Yeah, that's it,
flat.
Robbie. Second qualifying final between the Hawks and the Ruse. Welcome to you. Looks like we're going to have another stoppage here. We are. So today also in the O&M, the Albury Tigers versus the Wang Magpies at WJ Finlay Oval on qualifying final day. And in the Hume League, the first elimination final at Wulbundry between the Spiders and the Saints. And again, Robbie, it's going to be tied up here, mate. First turn brought to you by Elders Rural Commercial Club scoreboard. Sees
5 in a row.
Walker's up, 6 love.
There'll be a whistle here. You watch. There'll be a free kick soon if they don't sort this out. Jimmy Lawson was good. Back to handball to McBurney. Kick was smothered. Chance here for Vogel. Couldn't get. He might get a free kick now. He will. A little bit high. Mightn't have had the footy either. So Nathan Vogel off half back. He spots what he likes. Oh, kicks on a good one and very well read by Connor Marshall, who's up not long on the ground. He had his timing superb there. So Marshall's been told to go around the mark. It's always a strange one, that isn't it? He, you know, in the modern era when when the player on the mark stands, which is McDonald. Now Marshall gets his chance. Kick, centre wing. Leach will fly from behind.
Ball came to ground. Chance for Hogan at the back. Good tackle by Lawson. Chance here for Wallace. Quick kick to centre wing. McDonald from behind flew high. Ball came to ground. Jake Hicks has it. Weighs up his options. Goes towards Patton and he takes a mark. But he's too far out to score, I reckon. He'll play on now. Wheels around to centre half forward. One-on-one contest. Ball's out the back. Great chance here for Cal Turner. Ball sits for him now. Got through one tackle. Had to kick under a bit of pressure. And he squeezed it through for a minor score. 1-1-7, Kiwa Sandy Creek. The lead yet to score. Dan Vaccaro for Mac Jack's Sheds stats. That's going to be tricky today.
Just saw one go back in there for Cal Turner, the former Bulldog. Brother of Kane Turner as well, plays for North Melbourne. But a really positive start here for Kiwa. 5 inside 50s and 1 mark as well.
Yeah, beautiful. Scooter, what are you seeing for the Charcoal Kings?
Yeah, I guess that forward 50 there for Kiwa, but fantastic defensive effort from Bailey Dale to thwart Cal Turner's what would have been an easy shot at goal.
We've got 9.5 on the Jappo Donks time clock, opening term. Out of side, McIntosh just couldn't get his hands on the footy. Vogel. And then Huey Jarrett takes it across the chalk
Going to
here.
get a free kick
That's
there.
holding the footy.
Yeah, it is. So it's going the way of Jimmy Lawson.
Still yet to have an inside 50, Yakandanda.
Won back-to-back thirds medals too, I hear too. Scooter.
Jimmy Lawson
Jimmy.
and kicked it to Huey Jarrett, who won one a couple of years later.
Beautiful.
A few years ago. Yeah.
Maslin now taken out of bounds, so far side, and that looks like it's holding the ball as well.
I reckon they just need something to spark them here, Yak.
Josh Hicks to Jake Hicks. So just holding possession here, the Hawkers, trying to work through the Yak defence.
Been
Let's
good,
see
Josh. Sorry, Lukey. Been good, Josh Hicks up to 4 touches on the Mac Jack Shed stats sheet as well.
Demizio comes this way to Carney. So Nick Carney with the ball for the Hawks here. And he wanted man, missed him. Here's Hernan into the team this week. McDonald picks it up. Tommy Hernan's gone. And Demizio's going to take the kick and the Hawks are going forward.
Pumps it inside forward 50 from behind. The fist from Lingham was good. Yakandanda should be able to collect. They do. They did it okay. Here's the young fella Hernan at the footy again. He's been put under pressure early. He's got him again. I reckon he was stiff. I thought he was very stiff on that occasion. Free kick's going to go the way of Dylan Blasick, former Wodonga Raiders speedster. Blasick now kicks it. Not a penetrating kick. They fly near him. Couldn't get it on the third bite. Oh, Hicks got one high. And he'll get a free kick. No, he won't.
He didn't see it. Saw it, boys.
No, he was blinded by the light. Not a bad tune, that one. Lukey Fran, 2 moves out. Kiwa Sandy Creek Gold. They lead 7-0 on the Commercial Club score.
Davies wasn't a Robbie. Blinded by the light. Who was blinded by the light? Shouldn't have done it to you. Should have Bartel. Just takes it out of bounds. I've got the tune in my head as well.
It's a band. They've got 3 names to the band.
Yeah.
He was wrapped up like a...
Boundaries throw in. Here we go.
We'll get on to
Williams over the top, we will. McIntosh. Blasick. We know you're yelling out the band's name at home.
Yeah.
Here's Dylan.
And Earth.
Yeah, they are.
Well done. Dan Vaccaro.
I'm here all day, boys.
Mr. Salami. And an inside 50 again. Gaps road end.
That's a great stat.
It is. On the Mac Jack stats.
That's why I'm number 1.
Opening turn by Elders Rural, self-confessed. Scooter, a hush over the crowd at the moment at Sandy Creek.
Yeah, very quiet crowd at the moment. But like I said, Robbie said, now Yak just need that little bit of a spark to get a couple of goals on the board.
Bailey Dale, hat kick out of defence, finds Marshall fortuitously. Quick hands, he's Mona. And he's brought down in the tackle. Vogel goes, strong in the contest. Lawson might have him. Try to take the tackler on. Lee Dale to Griner, knocks it on. Evans, though, shoots it back in. Let's have a look. Fist over the top. Well done, McInnes. And then Garland gets a long kick out, and the ball is left of centre wing here on the cast side.
Yeah, and Wallace will see it out over the boundary. Dan Vaccaro, let's go around the grounds. A couple of big games in netball and football.
Yeah, so football first, boys. It's Albury 25 to Wangaratta 27 in the first final there, so that is a really good. And I'll get to you in a moment with the netball stats.
Good on you, Dan. That's Dan for Mac Jack Sheds. Phil Packer and the crew. Here come Yak. Good handball by O'Connell. Got it to Petrala. Now they work it to centre wing. Gutsy mark by Marshall. He flew from the side. He's been good since he come on. Kicks is okay too. So they're inside forward 50. Momentarily held there, Jimmy O'Connell.
While he's having a shot, boys, I reckon Connor Marshall's mark was a great outdoors mark of the day there. Get in and see Churchy and the guys. All your barbecue needs.
Handball's off now. Chance here for Josh Garland from long range for Yakandanda. Top of the goal square. Rush through for a minor score. So Yak are on the board. There's nothing in it. We've gone almost 14 minutes. Kiwa lead 1-1-7. Yakandanda just one behind. That's on the Commercial Club scoreboard. And we're doing this one for Elders Rural. That netball score, please, Dan.
Yeah, netball score. Wangaratta 45-2, Lavington's 53 at full time, Robbie.
The Lavy girls have done it.
You're a happy man.
Cop that, Ree.
Robbie McKinlay and Luke Francis for Albury-Wodonga MG.
Only one that tipped them this morning, Lukey.
Great stuff, Robbie. Outstanding. Jay kicks on the outer side, left to centre wing. Short one down the line, 20 metres to Patton. The big man, he's getting his hands on the footy early, Scooter.
Yeah, certainly, but he needs to get these balls inside 50 because as soon as he gets a shot at goal, he's very rarely misses Mitch Patton, which may have given him the curse there.
I think the issue at the moment for Kiwa boys, they're just not making the most of their opportunities. They've had 9 inside 50s already and are only a goal up, so the scoreboard pressure is going to be a thing, and Yak going to turn the tables at some point.
Yeah, we've almost gone 15 on the Japo Donks time clock here. First term again. Williams and Patton in the ruck. Croucher, left foot, blazes, and it comes across the face of goal, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. So a wild one, yeah.
Lingham comes across the goals. That's okay. Who made that tackle, Scoot? Did you spot that put Croucher under pressure? As Benny McIntosh marks in the back pocket. He'll just chip it over the top to James O'Connell. Gets a half volley. He took it, but it was just sloppy work there. McIntosh, there's no doubt about it. I reckon there's just a little bit of nerves. There's just a little bit of apprehension about Yak's footy at the moment.
Uncharacteristic turnover there too by Ben McIntosh, who has been good early. He's up to the 5 disposals on the Mac Jack stat sheet too, boys.
15 minutes in and they're only 6 points down, and they really haven't had any go their way at the moment. So it's certainly not alarm bell, Scoot, by any means for Yak at the moment.
No, look, we've just got two quality sides. Kiwa, when they're inside 50, they've got this wall set up across the 50. So that's why Yak can't get out easily.
Yeah, so if you've just tuned in, the only goal was kicked by Connor Newnham. Here's around the body, and then Newnham was in the square. Here's Croucher again, good player. Back to Hogan, right foot, snaps it. That one has gone to the right, and that one's through for one behind. So 8 plays 1 here on the Commercial Club scoreboard. We've gone just over Donks time clock. What do you got for a stand on the Mac Jack stats?
Well, concerning signs for both teams in a way. So Kiwa Sandy Creek 9 inside 50s, but they're yet to apply pressure. It's 8-1 on the scoreboard. So Yak and Danda hanging in there defensively, and hopefully they can get it up the ground and get some territory back, Lukey.
Garland's kick was a penetrating one, but it was knocked out over the boundary line by Tristan Mann, and that forced a boundary throw in. Mitchy Patton will go into the ruck up against Liam Williams, who's got one sock up and one sock down type of operator. There's a lot of players around the ball. McIntosh just fumbled that one momentarily. Chance here for Hogan, really coming into the game. Handball was hot, goes to Mona. Mona with a check side from 45. It was a bit hopeful. It landed 25 out from goal. The Yakandanda defence swarms. And Lingham again, fantastic work there. And so too, working hard there. It looked like it might have been Josh Garland. They forced the ball up. 30 out from the Kiwa Sandy Creek goal. No one in the goal square, Luke.
You're right, Robbie. Here's Patton, big knock away.
And that's probably...
Quick one from Jake Hicks, and that's gone through for one behind as well. So 9 plays 1 now on the Commercial Club scoreboard. First turn brought to you by Elders Rural. Japo Donks time clock has gone over 17. Here's McIntosh, full-back position to Williams. So Hawks manned up well. So there's a high ball from Williams. Left to centre wing, far side. Well, Tristan Mann will put that down as a contender for the Great Outdoors mark of the day as well, going back with the flight. So Tristan, he's about 80 from home. True centre wing, far side, and just sends it back in there. He's looking for Collins, but Williams is again taking the mark, and the Ruse with possession, Robbie.
Yeah, the kick's got to be good from... a free kick should go the way of Huey Jarrett here. It is nicely spotted. What are you seeing, Scoot? It just looks like they're just playing for lacking a little bit of flair at the moment, Yak.
Yeah, I don't know whether they're just expecting it to happen like last week, but look, it's just the pressure from Kiwa. There's just no doubt about it. They are zoning in. Zachy Mona's gone to James O'Connell now. They're just tightening right up the Hawks.
Huey Jarrett kicks a good one too. Now, this is a promising sign. Nick Donaghy gets his hands on the footy. Kicks it inside forward 50. Demizio's back and takes a good grab. Great Outdoors mark of the day that needed the fists there from Griner. It didn't happen, and Jack Demizio off half-back. He goes to the far side of the ground. Kicks a pretty good one too. Oh, and it can't be taken there by, looks like it was young Nick Carney out there. It'll be thrown in. True centre wing, far side of the ground here at Sandy Creek. 18.5 minutes gone on the Jappo Donks time clock, and it's a 8-point lead to Kiwa Sandy Creek. Here's Luke Francis for Albury Wodonga MG.
Tristan Mann down in front. And then hacked off the ground by Huey Jarrett. It's a second attempt at it. Zach Collins right on his tail, and the ball has gone out of bounds again. Far side. So 9 plays 1. Yeah, hook is up.
Connor Marshall off for a rest, boys. Lee Dale back on. So Yakka got classy on-baller back on the field.
Yeah, in the dreadlocks. You can't miss him. Can you scoot? There's Williams, and Mann again in the ruck. Hogan. And again, it's gone out of bounds. So the umpires earning their paycheck on the far side, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely they are, Lukey. And yeah, just Kiwa still dominating, boys. 10 inside 50s to only 2 Yak and Dander. Slowly working their way into the contest, Yak, but Kiwa's defence is too good. Demizio after the 5 disposals off half-back as well.
Yeah, I'll say it again. With 20 minutes gone, and Yak only trailing by 8 points.
It's a win.
They are, it is a bit of a win for them because we know there's a big upside to this Yak and Dander style of footy. At the moment, Kiwa's pressure around the ball has been elite. And that's another good example there. Ball just not getting out. So just repeating that Ovens Murray score was Wangaratta, I think it was 27, leading Albury 25 at quarter time. And Lavington have knocked over Wangaratta for the 3rd time in netball today. Josh Hicks off half-back, thumps the ball to half-foot, running on the ball hard. There was Wallace, couldn't gather it on the first occasion. He goes back for another dig at it, scooped it out. Crouch's handball was okay. Just missed the man. Now they'll get it back out the back. He's involved again. Here they go. Jake Hicks looks up, sees Connor Newnham, and Lingham did well. Just got a fist in at the nick of time. Scooter Fraser. Boundary throw in 50 metres around for the Kiwa Gold. They lead by 8 points. You got to like that, Scoot.
Yeah, Gus Lingham hasn't left Connor Newnham too much room at all today. Only that free kick that he got a goal from, and that big arm got a good spoil in just then.
Lawyer, isn't he? Gussie?
He is a solicitor, yeah.
Solicitor?
Yeah.
Handy to have in a footy club, Luke.
Yeah, certainly is at the tribunal. Anyway, Robbie, handball off. And tearing through Blasick. Has he got it? He's missed it. So there's an opportunity. It goes begging. So 10 plays 1 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. First turn brought to you by Elders Rule. On the Jappo Donks time clock, we're gone 21 minutes. So Dylan will be disappointed with that, Scoot.
Yeah, certainly. He probably just hasn't got that finish when he's having a shot at goal, unfortunately, Dill.
Here's Garland to James O'Connell.
Geez, the Yak defence was good, though. Closing defence, Luke. They felt pressure. Blasick.
Absolutely right, Robbie. And that's what the difference in the end was, wasn't it? Here's Garland again. So out wide to McInnes. And he's dropped that one across the line. And there'll be a boundary throw in here. So another chance for the Hawks to get a forward entry, Dan.
Yeah, they absolutely. And they are really shooting themselves in the foot early days here, Kiwa. 11 inside 50s for only 1 goal. So Yak really have to take the wins and try and get back territory.
Mann and Williams. Williams marked it himself. Got a handball to McIntosh. Good tackle. And he'll get a free kick. And it was Blasick again who provided the tackle. Got the free kick. Goes short. It's a good pass to, and it's down Jake Hicks. 40 out directly in front. He'll go back and have a shot.
Something that's missing out of footy now is the knocked out in the tackle rule. That exact one there was given court. I guess that's the
jarred
current
out, wasn't it?
Yeah. Just knocked out, but free kick to Blasick, and it's a great kick inside 50 to Hicks.
Normally a pretty good user of the Sharon, Jake Hicks. Very experienced footballer. 290 odd games under his belt. And it was a very good play for Wodonga in the Ovens and Murray League. And now for Kiwa Sandy Creek, a chance to extend the lead to 15 points. Kick on the way, and he's pushed it right. So another opportunity missed. Kiwa Sandy Creek 1-5-11. They lead Yak and Dander 1 behind. And we've gone 22 minutes on the Jappo Donks time clock. G'day to Simo and the team.
Yeah, scoreboard pressure in finals, eh? Garland went short to Bailey. Dale just got there in the nick of time. Crouch was closing fast. Here goes Bailey and wants to square it up. The kick's perfect.
Great kick.
Had to be to James O'Connell. And James plays on another short one to Houston. And then off to O'Connell. Good footy. Some run from behind. They try to get some speed on the ball. That handball was a little questionable though. Here's McDonald. Head over it. Patton burns through. Gets it on the boot. The big man sends it inside 50 of the Gaps Road end. And then Connor Newnham with his playing in the front spot. Ball's gone out of bounds, so inside 50 again, Scoot for the Charcoal Kings.
Couple of great contests there. I think it was Kimmy Jarrett on, I think it was Campbell Booth, was it? Right over there on the wing. But yeah,
Correct.
two good young fellas having a real good crack at it.
Williams and Patton, they go out of the game. 45 out from the Kiwa Sandy Creek goal. They lead it 1-5-11 to 1 behind. What do you got for us, Dan, on the Mac Jack Sheds stats?
According to the stat sheet, boys, complete dominance from Kiwa Sandy. 13 inside 50s, 2 marks inside 50. Yet can only score the 1 goal. So Yak are going to be counting their lucky stars, and come the second quarter, they can retaliate quite effectively if they need to.
Yeah, into time on now, and if Yak can get away with minimising this lead like they have at the moment, which currently sits at 10 points, they'll be pretty happy. And I think quarter time will come at a really good time here, Lukey Francis. Darren Holmes, the coach, give him a chance to reset things and almost start the game again.
Yeah, that's right, Robbie. Yeah, it's been very congested. The Sharon just hasn't had a chance to breathe, has it? So tied up, so many stoppages.
We have a little bit of a breeze built up, boys. The Duns Twin City Cranes flag over the other side there is just starting to push towards the gate, I suppose. So slight little advantage, but yeah, hopefully Yak can kick back into it and get a score.
Here's Harry McBurney. Now he wants to go long, out to the far side. Donaghy got hands to it, put it to deck. McIntosh in front. Ball out of bounds again. True centre wing, far side, Dan.
Yeah, now one fun little stat. You mentioned Darren Holmes before. He's the only man in AFL VFL history to catch a pig on the football field as well.
Yeah.
The famous plugger pig that ran on there, and Darren Holmes was he captured it, mate.
Sandy Roberts, say there's a pig at full forward.
There's a great story about that too that I have heard about the person who I think it was someone from Melbourne. They'd come up for the trip, and the planning and scheming behind it was absolutely outstanding. Included how they got it into the ground and all that. It was
James Bond style stuff.
It's a great yarn. Man, got a tap. McBurney runs after the footy, but again, that boundary line closes in pretty quick there. It does slope away. 25 minutes gone on the Jappo Donks time clock. And g'day to Simo and the boys. Of course, Zachy Simmons and Jappo Donks, his old man Ian Simmons, a premiership player here at Kiwa Sandy Creek, was an absolute legend.
Yeah, terrific, Robbie.
Still is too, by the way. Simo.
Great sponsors. Jappo Donks, the TDFL finals.
Shepherding in the ruck free kick to Zach Leach, boys.
And here he goes. So not much time left in this quarter. They dearly like on the Ruse before the first break. Here's Lawson. And Jimmy wants to square it up. McBurney, 2-on-1. Had to make a contest of it. Josh Hicks handballs out to Jake Hicks. Demizio. Lawson again.
Well done.
Here they go, the Ruse. Lawson sends it forward. Let's have a look down there. Over the top of Maslin. Vogel has to work. Off the ground by Greiner. And that's rolling out of bounds. And we will have a boundary throw in. It's hit the post, in fact, right in the pocket of the Pony Club end, Robbie.
Gee, they could pinch one late here, and it would lift them too. If they get one late here, go into quarter time with a bit of a buzz. They've been a bit flat. Demizio provided the shepherd. Oh, that's high. Oh, no, it's not. It's strong. It is high. I was right the first time. Umpire Mason Ring depicts that, and the free kick's going to go the way of Campbell Booth, who plays on, kicks it towards Mann. Danger here for Demizio gets this. And that is siren here at Sandy Creek in the second semi-final. Kiwa Sandy Creek, the minor premiers, 1-5-11, lead Yakandanda just the one behind. And that one ticked over. About 27 minutes for Elders Rural, Luke Francis.
Yeah, well done, Robbie. That's it on the TDFL stream. You're with Scott, Scooter Fraser, Dan Vaccaro, Robbie McKinlay and Luke Francis. The opening term, as we said, brought to you by Elders Rural. We'll get to a break and return very shortly.
We'll help you get the job done. We'll make your job a smooth one. Duns Twin City Cranes. For your semis, riggers, spotters, cranes. Safety is our second name. You're looking pretty with Duns Twin City. No job's out of reach. Rig it, lift it, move it, shift it. No fuss, talk to us. We'll help you get the job done. We'll make your job a smooth one. Duns Twin City Cranes.
CADMAC want your machinery to keep working as hard as you do. So, as you're gearing up for the busy season, now is the time to stock up on your machinery oil and net wrap. For a limited time, get a free cap when you buy 20 litres of any New Holland oil. Or get a free jacket with every pallet of New Holland net wrap or bale twine. These offers are only available at Cadmac and while stocks last. Cadmac, helping you grow for life. T's and C's apply.
Finer embroidery is in the fabric of our community. Any logo on anything so your business can proudly present themselves well. Embroidery that adds that personal touch that doesn't break the bank. Join the Finer embroidery community today. Proudly supporting the TDFL.
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. wangarattacomputers.com.au.
Light it, space it, and erase it.
Finer embroidery is in the fabric of our community. Any logo on anything so your business can proudly present themselves well. Embroidery that adds that personal touch that doesn't break the bank. Join the Finer embroidery community today. Proudly supporting the TDFL.
We'll help you get the job done. We'll make your job a smooth one. Dunn's Twin City Cranes. For your semis, riggers, spotters, cranes. Safety is our second name. You're looking pretty with Dunn's Twin City. No job's out of reach. Rig it, lift it, move it, shift it. No fuss, talk to us. We'll help you get the job done. We'll make your job a smooth one. Dunn's Twin City Cranes.
Well, I can bring us back in 10 seconds.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, mate.
Yep. 10.
Yeah, welcome back everyone to the Sandy Creek Reserve on second qualifying final day here, 2nd of September, on a cracking day weather-wise, and at the quarter-time break, it is the Kiwi Sandy Creek Hawks leading 1-5-11 to Yakandanda's solitary points. So we're not far off starting the second term. It'll be brought to you by NZ Albury. And Scotty Scooter Fraser for the Charcoal King. Scotty, what were your thoughts on the opening term here?
Well, my thoughts are exactly the same as what both coaches said to their charges there at the break. Darren Holmes called it the most lacklustre first quarter he's seen.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Not just this year by Yak, in footy ever, he reckon.
Yep.
Yeah, not look. He did praise the back six, but they did drop a few marks. But they've kept Kiwi to that sort of score. Jack Neal just said, lost opportunities, boys. To have so many inside 50s and be 1-5, they should have capitalised a lot more.
Ah, beautiful. Scotty Scooter Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. Robbie McKinlay and Luke Francis for Albury Wodonga MG. And Dan McCarrow on the MacJack Shed stats. So the umpire just looking around to see if the ground is clear. Spectators back behind the fence. Second term is brought to you by NZ Albury. Here is Robbie McKinlay for the second term.
But here we go. Williams did well. He's done okay in the ruck today. That's better. McIntosh got his hands on the footy, but so did Connor Newnham. Read it off the back. Garland, been one of Yakandanda's best. Hits a barrel towards half forward. Already there looks like a little bit more urgency. Here's McBurney. He did okay. The handball's got to be good. Got it to Griner. Back towards McBurney. Missed his target. Griner was held without the footy, I thought. Play-on was a cool. Demizio fed the handball back to Evans. Kicks to centre wing and a good grab taken there by Liam Williams. We've gone a bit over half a minute and the kick's not a good one. And Connor Newnham takes it true middle of the ground.
Newnham, short out wide. So let's see what the Hawks can build here. This is Beattie. And he comes back to Blasick. Beautiful kick. Dylan fakes the hand pass, goes himself. Shot on goal to the Pony Club end. Nails it. So he missed one in the opening term. He absolutely puts that one straight through the middle, and the Hawkers hit their first goal in the opening term. Let's go to Dan Vaccaro on the Mac Jack Stage stats.
Yes, what a finish there by Dill Blasick. He's up to the 6 touches and he's kicked a goal as well. So slightly more positive start for Yak. Real early days, they won that sort of first clearance and they had the ball moving, but then that turnover in the middle just cost them, and Key were able to go forward, and Dill Blasick, such a classy player, was able to get the job done from outside 50, Lukey.
Yeah, poor defence manning up. Look, to give Blasick that much room, Scooter Fraser. I'll get you the first opportunity I can about that. Newnham on the ball now. Swing and a miss, kick off the ground. Dewey Jarrett pushed him in the back. And Newnham's going to have a free kick. He's still in the centre square. The Hawks lead 17-1. And he goes wide. Yeah, Scooter, I thought this was very loose from Blasick, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, Liam Williams coughing it up in the middle of the ground was the start of it, as Dan said, boys. And you just can't give these Kiwi on ballers any couple of metres and that's it.
Well, Beattie missed a simple mark, but he recovered well. And his kick, he centred it, and Mitch Patton took the grab at true centre half forward, 45 out directly in front.
Really, really good mark there by Mitch Patton. He's a beautiful kicker goal too. Can really start putting some scoreboard pressure on as well here. Kiwi and Yakandanda still lacklustre in the opening moments of this second quarter.
So Mitch Patton runs inside forward 50 now. Kick on the way. It might not get the journey. It won't. They've got numbers back. Oh, there's 3-on-1, but Kiwa almost got it. Bailey Dale defended Grand Leave. His kick was a little bit too cute, and then it's gone out of bounds in the full loop. And Jake Hicks will bring it back in. 55 out from goal. Kiwa Sandy Creek leads 17-1.
Yeah, they're applying the pressure, Robbie, to the Pony Club end. Now here goes Jake. Off fakes around Lee Dale. Gets it on the boot. Goes for home. Has he got another? Yes, he has. So the Hawks are on. That is a Union Hotel goal of the day. And they're on a roll here. They've got some momentum, Dan Vaccaro.
They do, and they are starting to apply some serious scoreboard pressure now. What a finish there by Jake Hicks. That is just O&M talent as well there from Jake Hicks, been a great player with Wodonga Bulldogs for a long, long time, as well as his brother. He's up to 7 touches, but Kiwa really starting to stamp their authority on this game. A beautiful finish there, and Yakandana are in a pretty big spot above the Scooter.
Another unfortunate turnover for Yak with Bailey Dale. He cleared at 50 metres, but just went out in the full, so Kiwi taking their chances in the first couple of minutes.
So Zach Leach on the ball. I think that's a good move. He needs to inject himself into the game. McBurney coming through strongly. Punts the ball inside forward 50. Donaghy flew up. Couldn't get it on the second bite. Demizio lurks around. A chance here for McGurney. It comes in again as a free kick, a whistle, and it's going to go the way of Kiwi Sandy Creek. Just didn't quite pick up what that one was for. Looks like Ryan Wallace has got the free kick. He'll defend off half-back. Scooter, did you see what that one was for?
Yeah, just a little bit high as he come through McBurney and got Wallace, but Wallace was limping as well, so he might have come off second best.
Josh Hicks, ball on half-back for the Hawks and wants to go laterally.
Oh.
And Chile made it to Vogel in time. Williams came in. Now there's a fight for the Sharon. Let's have a look. Ruse and Hawks burrow in. The umpire's going to call for it. No, play on. Donaghy breaks away. He can get one back here for the Ruse. It fades to the right, and it's gone through for one behind. So 23 plays 2 here on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Second turn brought to you by NZ Albury. We've almost gone 5 on the Jappo Donks time clock.
And there's that breeze that I just spoke about late in that first quarter, boys. It just pushed Donaghy's shot at goal into the points.
Yeah, great call there. Petrala did okay. Following up was Marshall. He was brought down in a big tackle. It was all legal, but yeah, definitely did fade away, and it certainly is a little bit of a factor. We've seen quite a bit of the ball over that side of the ground, but it's not a strong read, just enough to carry it maybe a metre off goal, and that's exactly how it panned out. Up we go here. Leach won the tap. Can Yak spark something? Jake Hicks's hands. Miss Blasick. Chance here for Jimmy Lawson, youngest player in the Yakandanda side. Handball was smothered. Chance here for Petrala. Went through hard. Good work, McBurney. Gathered it. Had to handball in a hurry. The Hawks pressures the lead around the ball. Chance here for McIntosh. Put his head over the footy. Nice work, Bartel. Got it to Croucher. Back on now to Vogel. Inside forward 50. Lingham read it beautifully. He'll have to defend. This kick's going to be good to Dale, and it is.
So Angus comes out and gets it to Lee Dale. So Lee, 20-metre kick, trying to find McInnes. Well done, reeled it in front of Croucher. Plays on and sends it up towards the half-forward flank. Wallace with a good mark. Kimmy Jarrett just getting him high after the mark was taken. Wallace goes to Carney, up the line. Josh Hicks takes the mark. So what can the Hawks work for from here? They lead 23-2 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Jacko Donk's time clock has gone over 6 here, second term. With Scooter Fraser, Dan Vaccaro, Robbie McKinlay and Luke Francis at Sandy Creek. Now here's Hogan. Look at this entry to the Pony Club end. Well done, Lingham, getting back and taking the mark for the Ruse.
He's been outstanding, Scoot, down there, hasn't he, for Charcoal Kings?
I always say Angus Lingham's got 63 seconds in a minute. He's so measured, such poise. He's just amazing. And he was 15 metres in front of Connor Newnham, then had already read the play.
Williams kicks it long. Leach flies high. Ball comes to ground. Cal Turner, good. Handball was excellent to Evans. Tops it up. Chance here for Newnham. He'll mark. He does. Connor Newnham, who started the quarter on the ball, has gone down and he's resting down forward. Took a good grab, 30 out directly in front.
Yeah, great grab there by Connor Newton. I'm just getting the feeling Yak have definitely lifted their intensity, but the unfortunate thing for them is Kiwa are matching them now, so the game has got a lot more exciting, and that's a great mark there by Newton. He hasn't kicked 41 goals for no reason, Lukey.
Get some stats ready for around the ground scores for Aubrey Wodonga MG, please, Dan, after this shot on goal. So Connor Newnham, chance to stretch the margin to 27 points. Comes in now. He's kicked one already, and that's where it's going to stay. He's pushed that one to left. 3-6-24, Kiwa Sandy Creek. 2 behind Jack. That's on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Around the grounds for Aubrey Wodonga MG.
Yes, it is. Aubrey 37 to Wangaratta Magpies 41, Robbie.
Rightio, the game's up and running now.
Just lost the footy.
Opening term was a little flat. Crowd a hush over them, but we're all up and about now. Here's McIntosh, full-back position. Let's see if he can find a Rue out here. Marshall over the top, a beauty, a contender for the Great Outdoors mark of the day, and plays on quickly. McBurney, well done, alert. Plays on to Garland, fumbled the ball. Mona comes in. McBurney again. Can he keep it in? He does. Well, thought that one was in, but that's okay. Field umpire tells the boundary umpire to hurl it back into play, Robbie, and we'll have a stoppage here left of centre wing broadcast side.
I think the thing that's hurting Yakandana at the moment are just costly errors. They're getting too excited with the footy in hand. It's playing into Kiwa's game too much at the moment.
No Peacock on the boundary today, boys.
Oh, the Peacock, Robbie.
Yeah, I see he made an appearance.
He's one of the greats.
It's a bit of a flat throw. Umpire Mason Ring says throw it again, in again, boys. 24-2. Kiwa Sandy Creek lead.
Dan was right there before. Harry McBurney could have just gone back and had a kick inside 50, but instead he handed off to Garland and caused a turnover, or not a turnover, but a throw-in.
Yeah, and they've just been fumbling a bit today. Oh, clever. Kick off the ground was inventive from the Kiwa Sandy Creek ruckman. Man, Hogan was good. Here's a chance. There might have been a high one. There was, and Mason Ring was going to play the advantage. This will come back to Nathan Vogel. And he will kick it from true centre wing. He's getting direction from Cal Turner. He goes short, and he finds his man, Tristan Mann, centre of the ground.
He does, Robbie, and wants Hogan and gets him. Just made it to him. So he's 80 out. Let's have a look. Jack goes short to Carney. And Nick wants to find Mann. A slow build-up here from the Hawks. Ruse got back to clog up the inside 50. Here goes Tristan. He loads up and he wants to send it out towards the forward pocket. James O'Connell over the back. Lingham ends up with it. She's a great defender. Then a long ball out of defence. Tumbling towards the boundary line. Wilson is out there with also Williams. Ball still in play. Still in. That was Booth. Got it to Hogan. Hawks come in again. And then a big fly from Lingham. Another contender from the Great Outdoors mark of the day, Robbie.
Yeah, handball to Dale. His kick's a terrible one. It's gone straight down to Nathan Bogans. This ball's going to come back inside forward 50. Kick's clever. Too much space, and Zach Monna marks. Dan, what are those inside 50 stats now at this stage of the game?
Glad you asked, Robbie. So on the Mac Jack Shed stat sheet, it is 9 inside 50s to Yakandanda 2. So very similar story to what we saw for this quarter. So very similar story to what we saw in the first quarter. But now, Kiwa look like they're going to put some scoreboard pressure on Yak, which is concerning.
I'll get the overall ones after this shot on goal. Here comes Zach Monna. Doesn't kick a lot of goals. He's got the journey. And he might have the accuracy. He has, despite the effort of Angus Lingham. And Kiwa Sandy Creek, 4-6-30. Lead Yakandanda just the 2 behinds. 11 minutes gone. And that's on the Jappo Donks time clock on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. It's a 28-point lead. Dan Vaccaro, give us that stat, then we'll go to Scooter Fraser for Charcoal Kings.
Great finish there by Zach Monna, but 22 inside 50s for this game for Kiwa and 5 for Yakandanda. So that is concerning for Yakandanda. They've got to be better with the ball going forward. Their intensity's there, but they haven't been good enough.
Yeah, and not like Lee Dale to cough up one like that coming out of defence. Just some costly mistakes as they go forward.
Garland hurriedly on the boot to the Gaps Road end. Bouncing ball to Mizio, searches for it. Handball's out, trying to find Evans. Ducks back inside, under pressure to Hogan. And this is going to come back to Evans. So the Hawks with a chance to steady the ship here.
Speaking of rubber the green too, boys, 7 free kicks Kiwa have got this quarter. Yakandanda yet to have one.
Yeah, there you go. They're doing it for NZ Albury the second turn.
So 38 minutes of football we've had, Lukey. Yak, no goals yet.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect day.
Yeah, that's it, Robbie. Spot on.
Those free kicks have been there though, Dan. Yak have had 4 out of those 7 have been high. So
Yep.
Outer side. Good contest, strong.
2 down, boys.
Ball out of bounds.
Yeah, just keep. Who's down there?
Tom Hernan from Yak, and
it might be McDonald, I reckon, for Kiwa Sandy Creek. No, I can see the blue boots there and the long hair.
Yes, Jack McDonald, yeah, 34.
There you go. Free kick to Yakandanda on the wing.
And I think it's young Marshall who's got the free kick, and he's been okay, Scoot. I like the work of the young fella.
Yeah, one of the 3 league best and fairest for the under-17s amongst this Yak side. So some good local homegrown talent. Hopefully they can get the ball forward and kick a goal.
Well, Bailey Dale's got a good bit of purchase on that. Grinder from behind, spoiled, and he'll get a boundary throw in. 70 metres around for the Yakandanda goal. They trail 30-2. And for Albury Wodonga MG, here's the Mayor of Wagga, Luke Francis.
Yeah, Robbie, so the Ruse just need a real booster shot of confidence. They need a 6-pointer.
That's all they need. They just need something
Yeah.
to get them going.
That's it. Here's Huey Jarrett. Callum Turner, wrapped up by Garland. Maslin joins him. And again, the umpire's going to have it. So we'll go around the grounds very shortly again, Dan. Dan Vaccaro. Mr. Salami himself. Here's Leach. Back on the deck. Fighting away for it. Rightio, Dan, we'll go to you, mate.
Yeah, absolutely, around the grounds. Albury 49 to Wangaratta Magpies, 41, boys. So what a ripping game we've got in our hands there.
From that contest over there, boys, Tom Hernan's come off the ground with holding his right shoulder, so possible AC or something like that. He looked like he was in a lot of pain.
Last thing they need now, Yakandanda, is injuries.
That's it. Scooter Fraser for Charcoal Kings. Dale over the footy. Intercept though. Patton for Kiwa. Tumbles the ball towards half forward. Lingham again was outstanding. Nice handball there by Petrala. Got it out now to Bailey Dale. Kicks it to the far side of the ground. Oh, good work. Ducking under it there nicely was Maslin. Kicks it into half forward. Might have got a push, I thought, Artie Griner. Bit of a collision there. Here's a chance for Dale. Couldn't keep his feet. Couldn't trap the footy. Might be a chance here for O'Connell. Clever little low underground kick. Zach Collins came through. Couldn't pick it up on the first bite. And now they're going to defend off half-back. Good attack there by O'Connell. But Kiwa Sandy Creek have got all the answers. They kick it to centre wing. Here's Luke Francis.
Yeah, Patton. And goes back. Ends up with Bartel, and he's away. Here he goes, Scott. Sends it up towards the arc of the 50. Man, worked his man under the ball. On to Connor Newnham. Lovely tap. And Connor misses. He's missed another one. Okay, very interesting. But 32 plays 2 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Second turn brought to you by NZ Albury. Jappo Dong's time clock has gone close to 15. Dan, we might see if we can get a Q League score.
We have
got one
boys.
of those?
Yep, so how long? 28 to Brock Burham Seniors, 18.
There we go. That's in the one of the elimination finals.
It is in the elimination final.
And of course tomorrow the other eliminator will be between CDHPU and Ramwalbundry Waller Giants. There's a good mark taken here by Garland. The kick was good from Houston. Well, Houston, we do have a problem because at the moment the scoreboard, Yakandanda trail by 29. Kick to centre wing, McDonald flew high. Chance there for Williams. Ball comes clear now. Nice work by Maslam. Got it out towards Huey Jarrett. He was knocked off there. The ball by Demizio. Chance here now for Josh Hicks. Swings around on the left foot. Kicks a beauty. He's lined up Bartel. He'll wind it up from 45, but getting back. Last line defence, Bailey Dale takes a good grab for Yakandanda, and they're momentarily out of trouble as he kicks wide.
Yeah, he wanted Logan Martin.
Yeah.
And just a little bit long for him, Robbie. And Bartel sees it out of bounds. So another chance here for the Hawks.
Yep. And we did see gone begging again, a turnover in the midfield, and then only managed to halve that contest as well, Scooter. Concerning for Yakandanda, these turnovers.
The Kiwi just seem to have an extra guy at every stoppage, boys. They've got one on the outside that Yak don't.
Scooter Fraser for the Charcoal Kings, Robbie McKinlay and Luke Francis for Aubrey Wodonga MG, and Dan Vaccaro on the Mac Jack stats. Now a free kick given. It's going the way of Marshall. Marshall sent it up the line. Donaghy working a long way out from home. Now plays on and sends it forward for the Ruse. Here's a chance. One-on-one contest back there. Griner. Williams pounces on it. Handballs off to McBurney. Harry. Has he got it?
Oh!
It's hit the post. Would you believe
wow.
it? So they still haven't got there first.
Did so well to get the ball in that 50 there, Yakandanda. They looked a lot more smoother. The smoothest they've looked all game. They got it in for their 5th entry and a disappointing poster there by Yakandanda.
St. Vogel drives it long. That's a good clearing kick. Mizio from behind brought the ball to ground. Patton. Campbell was clever towards Blasick. Ducked under one. Got through the second one. Had to handball in a hurry. Mizio was under pressure. Yak defended that well. Chance here for Huey Jarrett. He's a thumping kick. Jarrett drives long. Oh, he lets it go. The big follower there, Williams, he thought about the mark and then he got his geographical status right and he let it go over his head. That's what Yak needed. A pumping, running goal from Huey Jarrett. And they get their first goal of the afternoon. Kiwa 4-7-31. Lead the Ruse 1-3-9. That's what they needed, Scooter Fraser.
Yeah, certainly. Get that first one on the board. Harry McBurney should have capitalised earlier, but really good to get that first goal, and hopefully they can get it down there again. But just Kiwa are relentless around the stoppages. That's what Yak need to stop.
Yep, just having that little bit of moment here, Yakandanda, and what a great kick there by Huey Jarrett, a superstar of the competition, and a great finish.
Yeah, so the Ruse get there first. The Hawks with 4 on the board. Josh Hicks out of the middle to the broadcast side. Just bounced away from Bailey Dale. Josh Hicks. In fact, Jake, good delivery into Patton.
What a fantastic delivery there, and a great middle clearance work there by Josh Hicks, and that's a really sort of a dagger in the heart there for Yakandanda. They had their little moment, and they've gone up forward, and Patton marks rarely misses too, Mitch Patton.
And that's right, and Yak had the ball out of the centre with Zach Leach, but just clean possession from Hicks gets him another shot at goal.
So they could respond and hit back straight away, and they do. So that basically cancels out the Ruse goal. So on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard, 37 plays 9. Japo Donk's time clock second term has gone close to 19. Dan?
Yeah, beautiful finish there by Mitch Patton. He very rarely misses in front of the sticks. He's a fantastic player. He's a great ruckman as well. But Yakandanda disappointing. They played that really good period of about 3 to 4 minutes. They managed to get it forward. But what you can't do against a good team like Kiwa is you can't just fall asleep for that 1 or 2 minutes because they will bite you back just as they did then out of the midfield.
Yeah, they're probably getting beaten as much as anything on their footy smarts at the moment. Kiwa are just on the top of their game at the moment. McBurney crashes through, stood strong, got it back to Leach, needs to lift. Handball was brilliant to O'Connell. They shape it now to Dale. That was Lee, back to Bailey Dale. Kick was half smothered. Demizio read it superbly. He marks it half back for Kiwa Sandy Creek. They lead 37-9.
Jack Demizio as well, boys. He's had the 9 disposals, but he's just been a brick wall in defence for them today for Kiwa.
Big Leach took a good grab. That's what they want. O'Connell slipped a handball to that man, Huey Jarrett again. Sits it up. Williams will fly. Ball comes to ground. Where is it? It sits with Kiwa. Is it going to be a mark? It's going to be a ball up. Luke Francis, 20 out from the Yakandanda Gold. They trail 9-37. And that's on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. We've gone just under 20 minutes in the second quarter for NZ Albury.
Yeah, didn't the pack just clash there, Robbie? Demizio ending up with it on the deck. Buckley Wilson. McBurney again. Another behind. Yeah, so 37 plays 10. Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Japodong's time clock has gone 20 minutes, second term. We're doing this one for NZ Albury. Demizio, fullback position. Gaps road ends on a cracking day.
So a couple of chances, Harry.
Thought he had
That's
that
right,
one
right,
too.
yeah.
A couple of high fives.
Demizio. Long, high ball. Carney got hands to it. Newnham working a long way from home. Patton. He's getting his hands on the Sharon. He's got Wallace on. Makes it. Now Bartell's out in his own. What's he going to do? He's going to go shorter to Hogan. Good footy from the Hawks. Scooter Fraser.
Yeah, they're just too slick, boys. There's too much around those stoppages that the Hawks can get a quick handball out and very direct going inside 50.
And what a player Mitch Patton is, boys. He's literally controlling this game. That link up from the half forward to their forward, and he's working the ruck. He's almost the best player on the ground for mine.
These are the goals you got to nail. 30 out, directly in front in a final. You don't want them coming back to haunt you. Here he goes, Jack. Pony Club end. Deliberate approach. And he has missed it. So 38 plays 10. Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
The one chink in their armour so far, boys, is their goal kick, and they're just keeping the door slightly ajar if Yak can get a run on here.
That's a good kick in. Finds James O'Connell. I reckon, Scoot, that is definitely a factor, that little breeze. A lot of balls have gone to that side of the goalpost.
Yeah, it certainly has. And if Yak can get it down there, use that to their advantage. They just need to get multiple goals in a row.
Yeah, back-to-back goals puts them back in this game. Here's Nick Houston. Oh, he nearly kicks into a man on the mark. He gets a high floater. Leach got caught away from the footy. His recovery, his second effort was good. He's been wrapped up nicely there by Nathan Vogel. Centre wing. Clubroom side of the ground here at Sandy Creek. It is a picture here today. Massive crowd in for a second semi-final. Probably around the 4,000 or 5,000. As held off the ball there was McBurney, I thought. He's going to be penalised. So a strange one that. Free kick goes away at Vogel. Centre wing for Kiwa Sandy Creek. They lead 38-10. Here's Luke Francis for Albury Wodonga MG.
And Nathan on to Josh Hicks. Gets Patton again. In fact, that's Williams. And then Williams right out wide, finding Buckley Wilson. Tries to keep the ball in play, does so. Takes on Williams. Hicks, that's Jake. Fumbled. Got out of the McIntosh tackle. Here's Patton. Out the back to Josh. And then Wilson goes forward again into the pocket. Ball up in the air. Hogan snaps it back. McBurney just out of his reach. Man bursts onto it. Garland after him. Ball at ground level. Will this be tied up? Yes, it will. So we're going to have a stoppage at the Pony Club end here, inside 50. And we've gone 23 on the Japodonks time clock.
I like Leach on the ball. Just he has a bit of presence. A few things tend to happen around Zach Leach. Now the ball spills free. Patton, snapshot on goal. Bounces critical. He's got it through for a minor score. 5 goals, 9, 39.
That inside 50 count now too, boys. 14 inside 50s for Kiwa Sandy Creek this quarter and 8 for Yak. So Yak's starting to get the ball moving in their half a little bit, but Kiwa are just so clean with the footy in hand. It's paying dividends.
So on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard, it is Kiwa Sandy Creek 5-9-39. They lead Yakananda 1-4-10. And marking at half back is Huey Jarrett. Here's Luke.
The half time. Oh, what's happened there? Stays in. Sakani's got it. Half-time show will be coming up thanks to the Shed Company. Josh Hicks. Demizio searching for a brown and gold Guernsey. Comes out wide. Callum Turner. Thought he ducked under that. Well, there you go. There's the special comments. And into Connor Newnham. Robbie, yeah, we've got another special comments commentator downstairs.
The Charcoal Kings.
That's it.
What a great play there by Cal Turner, boys. Just showing his poise and his experience in this league. A beautiful hit-up pass to Kiwa.
Connor Newnham looking at the Hawks 6. So a couple of chances gone back into this end, and that one also. As Dan Vaccaro said, just missed 2 or 3 they probably should have kicked, Robbie.
There's no doubt about that.
The concerning thing is Yak at some point in this game are going to get a hold on and they're going to get a run on. It just depends how Kiwa can manage that. Their goal kicking has really let them down this game so far.
So around the grounds, Albury 56, lead Wangaratta 41. Oh, that's a beautiful barrel. Magnificent torpedo punt. And one of the best players on the ground takes a great outdoors mark of the day. Angus Lingham got it on to Zach Leach. Oh, he took him on. The ball was jarred out. Oh, kick off the ground. Hit Lingham fair in the guts. But he's got a ton of that. And he's somehow it's cannoned off his guts over the boundary line. And how about that? The boundary umpire's giving the Waterboy a clap. Give it here.
There's a bit of everything in there, wasn't there?
And he's bit of authority and not a bad throw either, Lukey. And Zachy Leach palms it beautifully to Huey Jarrett.
And he's brought down in a Hawks tackle and he's gone.
That's solid. That's tough.
Yeah, not much opportunity there. Hogan, right in front of our broadcast spot. So we've got a beautiful view of this. And in goes Jack, trying to find Patton. Ball over the back. Petrala with a bit of time.
Patton's hurt.
Wants to come out this side to Leach. Yeah, he's clutching at a groin, is he?
Yeah.
Good
That
pick
or
up.
shoulder, boys, I don't know.
Or he's caught one, you know where.
That's it. And then Carney goes forward, misses Jake Hicks. Garland in defence. Bailey Dale, Bartel had him. McInnes, Patton tried to get him. Back to Garland. Under a lot of pressure here, the Ruse defence. They're working overtime and then on to Houston.
Fitness test for Patton. He's okay. The way he hunted that one down, I think he'll be
he's
okay.
still clutching at the groin by the look of it, mate.
Yeah. Well, there we have it. Half time here at Sandy Creek. And it's Kiwa Sandy Creek who are doing it in style at the moment. 5 goals, 10-40. Lead Yakananda 1-4-10. Lukey Francis, it's a 30-point lead. We'll hear from you. We'll take a break after that and we'll be back for a bit of a half-time action.
That's it, Robbie, for the Shed Company. Back after this on the TDFL live stream.
We'll help you get the job done. We'll make your job a smooth one. Dunn's Twin City Cranes. For your semis, riggers, spotters, cranes. Safety is our second name. You're looking pretty with Dunn's Twin City. No job's out of reach. Rig it, lift it, move it, shift it. No fuss, talk to us. We'll help you get the job done. We'll make your job a smooth one. Dunn's Twin City Cranes.
CADMAC want your machinery to keep working as hard as you do. So, as you're gearing up for the busy season, now is the time to stock up on your machinery oil and net wrap. For a limited time, get a free cap when you buy 20 litres of any New Holland oil. Or get a free jacket with every pallet of New Holland net wrap or bale twine. These offers are only available at CADMAC and while stocks last. CADMAC, helping you grow for life. T's and C's apply.
Finer embroidery is in the fabric of our community. Any logo on anything so your business can proudly present themselves well. Embroidery that adds that personal touch that doesn't break the bank. Join the Finer embroidery community today. Proudly supporting the TDFL.
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. wangarattacomputers.com.au.
Light it, space it, and erase it.
Finer embroidery is in the fabric of our community. Any logo on anything so your business can proudly present themselves well. Embroidery that adds that personal touch that doesn't break the bank. Join the Finer embroidery community today. Proudly supporting the TDFL.
We'll help you get the job done. We'll make your job a smooth one. Dunn's Twin City Cranes. For your semis, riggers, spotters, cranes. Safety is our second name. You're looking pretty with Dunn's Twin City. No job's out of reach. Rig it, lift it, move it, shift it. No fuss, talk to us. We'll help you get the job done. We'll make your job a smooth one. Dunn's Twin City Cranes.
sledding 5-10-40 to the Yakandanda Ruse 1-4-10. The halftime show brought to you by the Shed Company. When the details count, count on the Shed Company. Rightio, Dan Vaccaro, let's have a look at the MacJack stat sheet for the first half.
Yeah, I'll turn the microphone trick on there. What a first half by Kiwi. They've left the door slightly ajar for Yakandanda for sure, but 30 inside 50s, Lukey, to 11 in favour of Kiwi. That is huge. The biggest problem is they've kicked 5 goals 10, so you don't want to leave a good team like Yak. Just the door slightly ajar, so if they come out, and from what I've heard from all reports, Big Holmesy gave one of the all-time great speeches. Robbie McKinlay's got the jaw touching the ground. That was unbelievable.
Well, Dan, Robbie, this box almost took off like Dorothy and Toto. We almost got swept away by the Darren Holmes tornado coming from downstairs.
Look, it reminded me of a couple I might have copped in the 80s from coaches and teams in general. It was an absolute bell ringer. It went for 5 minutes. Yeah, he's so disappointed with what they... And they would be too. For some reason, they seem a bit flat. We did see big Zachy Leach was out the back actually vomiting. He looked a bit crook, so... But, it is one of the better sprays. You don't often hear these in the modern era. And the generation at the moment, some don't take it that well. I'll be very interested to see how Yakandanda respond to that, because there was a few home truths been told there. And Scooter Fraser from Charcoal Kings just rejoined us, and fair to say Homer had his say, didn't he? We'll just get Scoot there.
We'll just get Scoot on the mic very shortly, so just hang on for that. While we do that, Dan, we might go through the rest of the stats.
We'll go through the rest of the MacJack stats. So Jack Demizio, he's up to 12 disposals. I thought he was fantastic that half. When the ball did come down there rarely for Yak, he was fantastic in every single one of their plays. So he's just a classy player. Dill Blazik's only had the 8 touches, but I feel like he's been great. He kicked their goal from outside 50, and he's really been stirring the pot there in that midfield. Jack Hagan, he's been fantastic, 12 disposals. And Josh Hicks, who I think's probably been their most prolific ball winner in that midfield for Kiwi Sandy Creek. He's up to 14 disposals as well. Huey Jarrett's been good, 7 disposals and a goal. Lee Dale's been awfully quiet for his stands. I don't think he's probably used the ball particularly well, which is unlike Lee. He's usually a really reliable kick, and that's why he plays down in that defence. But he's only had the 5 touches, and I probably think he's had a couple of turnovers as well. And Ben McIntosh, I don't know if he's carrying a little corky or he does seem a little bit injured. I don't think he's moving his best. He's only had the 9 disposals. He's still winning the ball, but he hasn't been nowhere near breaking the lines. I sort of want to go to Scooter. You see him taking a few kickouts as well, Scoot. I get the feeling someone like him, I want him to be at the Ruckman's feet and in and around that contest from that back 50 as well. That's what I sort of want to see from Benny in that second half. Maybe get someone else taking the kickouts and Benny being around that pack because he's such a classy player.
Yeah, well, and you see when Josh Garland does kick out, then Yak do generally get it to that contest and can get it going forward or down the wing anyway. Going back to that, Robbie, that was a spray for the ages by Homer. But, they're all truths, and the guys there nodding their heads saying... Yep. But I guess the thing is that, Ben McIntosh, Lee Dale, Leachy, those sort of guys, they're not having a bad day, but at the moment they're chasing.
Yeah.
So when you're chasing, you're not being creative. So, again, that word lacklustre came up in the rooms. On the other hand, Jack Neal in the other rooms was still talking about wasted opportunities. He said... The thing is, they kick a couple, they're back in it, they get a sniff, they finish second on the ladder for a reason.
Yeah.
So basically, Jack was saying, I implore you to kick the first couple of goals of this third quarter to make sure it could possibly be out of reach. But Yak has come back a few times during the year, come from behind and won. So, it's not beyond them, but they certainly need to make some inroads early in this third quarter.
Yep. Well, that's the thing, isn't it, Dan? You look at it, it's only 30 points down, 5 goals in these conditions. You have a good 5 minutes, you kick 3 goals.
Oh, absolutely.
And all of a sudden, you're getting around that 12, 14 peak margin. And, I'm really interested to see how they respond here. Yakandanda are running back on the ground now. No umpires or Kiwi yet, but, I mean, it's a chance for them to get together here now, look at each other in the eye a bit and say, righto, come on. We've got a good man coaching us here. We're not ourselves at the moment. Let's see what we can do about it. I wouldn't give up on Yak just yet.
And that's the thing, they're not a bad side.
Yeah, they only lost 1 game this year.
We're here at a second semi-final, and Nick Donaghy hasn't had a shot at goal really yet, and he's capable of kicking 2 or 3 in 5 minutes. So, the game's still in the balance whilst it's 30 points. Just Kiwi has that ascendancy, and the Ruse just need to stop chasing and have the ball.
The halftime show brought to you by the Shed Company. Here come the umpires back on the ground. As we said, the Yakaroos already out there, and here are the Kiwi Sandy Creek Hawks now also.
They've just got so many reliable players. I'm just looking through their half-back line. You've got Cal Turner, who's been around for so long, who's such a reliable player. You've got Demizio. You've even got Zach Collins, who's been around the traps, who floats down back. They've just got such a hard defence as well to break through, Lukey. So when Yakandana do get that run on, it's just so hard to break down that Kiwi defence. It's why they're such a good team, and it's why they're gone 17-1 this season as well.
Yeah, so let's see how the Ruse can respond in this second half. Rightio, Dan. Also, the qualifying final is being played today in the O&M. It's the Albury Tigers up against the Wang Magpies down at WJ Finlay Oval. What's the story down there, mate?
I just had the scoreboard there. Yeah, so it's Albury 11-3-69 to Wangaratta 7-6-48, Robbie. So starting to kick away a little bit, Albury, which is probably what we expected just in terms of how many injuries Wang have and how hard it is to get back. And we've also got a Hume score as well. How Long Seniors 6-8-44 to Brock Burham 4-1-25 in the Hume League as well for you, Robbie.
Yeah.
I know you keep a close eye on that league as well, being a Holbrook. What would be the word? Stalwart, would you call it,
Holbrook,
Lukey?
yeah.
He's Mr. Holbrook. He's the mayor of Holbrook.
How
I'm
many
happy with
flags
that.
did you play in?
Only the
Holbrook,
two,
Robbie?
only two,
Oh,
mate.
only two.
Yeah,
That's
lost
enough.
a few. They're all here too, this magnificent ground, so
Yeah, that was
when
two
we're in
here.
when we're in the
Yeah.
Tallangatta League.
MCG of the bush, Lukey. You don't have this
Yeah.
out at Wagga.
No, we don't. No, we've got Narandra, which is a magnificent facility.
Yeah, big ground, isn't it,
Yeah, it
Narandra?
is. Yeah, it is. It is a beauty. And
This
there's
usually has cattle on it for most of the weeks of the year as well,
let's
and that's
not go
no
too
joke at
far,
all.
Dan.
There's usually a bit of cattle on it.
They were the days,
Around here
Dan.
too.
Jeez,
I tell you come here once a year, Dan.
O&M snob I am, apparently.
Now, for me, boys, looking at Yakandana, it's the two players that are really suffering from not having out there today is Billy Grisker and Lockie McMillan, because it's crying out for that bit of pace around half forward to get that ball going, and when you can get the ball going forward. We've seen a couple of times Williams has brought the ball to ground, and even Donny, but if you had a McMillan and someone Crummer under there and a left footer in that forward line, it'll be to the advantage. Whatever happens from here, Yakandana are going to be a better side for the rest of this final series. Now, where that'll take them, we'll find out in a bit over 2 weeks' time. But I'm really interested to see how they respond here. If you say it again, they've only lost one game. There's a reason for that. They are a very good side, and they've got a chance here to really lift that. If they get some momentum going here, get round to that 15-point mark by three-quarter time, anything can happen.
Yeah, and it's that finishing. You and I spoke before we went live. Lockie McMillan is the finisher. That first goal last week within 30 seconds. Another goal a couple of minutes later. Harry McBurney's had two shots like that. One snap hit the post, one went through the point. So, you have a Lockie McMillan that can finish like that. 2 goals. You're looking at 3 goals 2 instead of 1 goal 4.
Yeah, the halftime show, thanks to the Shed Company. When the details count on the Shed Company. So if you just joined us, again, Darren Holmes, underneath us in the sheds, absolutely blasted his Ruse ears off.
Box was shaking, boys.
At half-time, that's it. It was rattling. So let's see whether they can respond. They trail by 30 points. The third term will be brought to you by Wiesner's, great sponsors on the TDFL live stream this afternoon.
I'm worried for a few players if they don't respond. Just after hearing
It's a good point, Dan. It's a good point.
I tell you, we did see too. Didn't we? So Big Zachy Leach had one of the biggest chunders, the old Garth Ruse I've seen for a while. So
Chrissy Mew.
It might explain too well. He was a bit off colour, really, a bit flat. But we know what Leachy's like. That he'll respond to that. He's a style of footballer that will respond. He's gone to centre half forward now. I reckon you'll see a little bit of vigour here from Zach Leach to see if he can stir something up.
Yeah, it's about to go up a notch, we reckon. Here we go. Second qualifying final, Sandy Creek Reserve. Scott Scooter Fraser, Dan Vaccaro, Luke Francis. And here's Robbie McKinlay for the third term. It's brought to you by Wiesner's.
What do you got here, Luke? Scotty,
Kiwi have got a loose man in Yank's forward line. Nathan Vogel is not on anyone, so I'll look for a loose man.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Patton got the tap. Huey Jarrett hard at the footy. Got it towards Williams. Petrara was okay. He might get it again. He does. Nice work there by Petrala. Kicks the ball into half forward. Lawson might have been held. Fish from behind. Ball comes to ground. Low ball to Kiwi Sandy Creek fortuitously. Fell the way of Hicks. Pumps it to centre wing. Wallace overran it. Good chance here for McGuinness. Was excellent. Got it to James O'Connell. Good kick to McIntosh. McIntosh handball to Dale. Couple of their big names featuring there. Dale's kicks long. Lee it was. Can't penetrate. It's a good grab taken by Evans. Last line of defence. Crosses the ground. Finds Jack Demizio and he's off.
And away goes Demizio. That's it to the outer side, trying to find Hogan. Good fist by Marshall. So the Ruse a little sharper at the start of this third term. Marshall got swung around in a tackle by Croucher. Ball came out the back, ground level. And off the ground by Petrala is Jake Hicks. Off to Croucher again. And then sends it inside 50 or to the arc of it. The gap's rode in. Newnham on the second attempt. Hacks it forward. Bouncing ball. Let's see how this one goes. Oh, gee, getting back.
Push.
Yep, in defence.
Free kick.
In the back on Bartel. Oh, gee.
Oh, I'm not sure if Bartel knew he had it.
Big moment here for Scott. Shouldn't miss this one. So, let's get it out to a 36-point lead. 6 goals, Robbie.
Tough from here.
Half time in the A-grade netball, boys. Yakandanda 19, Kiwa Sandy Creek 22. Very highly contested, lots of turnovers, and it's a pretty good battle going on down with Jess Barton as a goal shooter and Anna Beers at GD.
Yeah, fortunate one there for Kiwa. Sometimes you see them get paid, Lukey, and other times you see them obviously play on, but a really good finish there, and what a start there by Kiwa. Yak just bought their heat that opening 1 or 2 minutes, and that's really deflating again from Kiwa. Good teams will hurt you on the scoreboard if you give them an opportunity.
Yeah, so the Hawks lead by 6 goals on the Commercial Club scoreboard, 46-10. Third turn brought to you by Wiesner's, Jap O'Donk's time clock.
And just quickly around the grounds again, boys.
2.5.
Aubrey 76-2, Wangaratta Magpies 54 as well.
So Aubrey's starting to take a bit of control at the WJ Finlay over Patton. He's been good today, won the tap. And it's going to be a ball up back in the middle of the ground. Let's see. 6-10-46 Kiwa, 1-4-10 Yakandanda. We're doing this one for Wiesner's. Cal Turner got a clever tap. A lot of pressure in the ball. McBurney was good. Patton was at it again. Vogel, McBurney. He's tried his guts out today, McBurney. Handball falls away now of Hogan. Paddling it. Can't pick it up. Now he does. Jack Hogan. No left foot. Reverse side kick. Oh, it's not a bad one. Finds Connor Newnham. I think he's too far out to score. Open goal square, so Connor goes at it hard. There's a man in the goal square all on his own. The mark has been taken, and it looks like it's Jake Hicks who's taken the mark directly in front. He'll kick from 10 metres to extend the lead out to 42 points. Jake Hicks in now, kicks a goal. So 2 quick goals to start the second half for Kiwa Sandy Creek. They lead 7-10-52, 1-4-10 Yakandanda. That's on the Commercial Club scoreboard.
Yeah, Kiwa now, Robbie, just have their DNA all over this match. They are dominating. It's almost as if Yak have sort of come out a little bit hot and a little bit sort of unaware and no composure, and it's playing into Kiwa's hands perfectly as they put their second through from 3 early entries. All their big names getting their hands in the footy as well. Demizio early up to 13 touches. Blazik's had the 9. Jack Hagan 13 touches, and Josh Hicks, the midfield maestro as well, 15 disposals for those guys. Ben McIntosh, hands in the footy early, which brings his total to 11, but they need a few more boys to jump on that bandwagon for Yak if they've got any chance of getting some scoreboard pressure back.
Didn't Chilton poke the bear 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Certainly got Kiwa Sandy Creek into action, and this is exactly what they're capable of.
Yep.
7-goal lead to the Hawks. Patton, McIntosh, long ball to the Pony Club end. Let's have a look down there over the top of Donaghy. Wilson, this is Buckley. Put it back to Evans. And over the top to Carney. Carney, short one to Blasick. Just outside D50. Pony Club ends. And Dylan searching for a hawk just adjacent of the scoreboard. And sends it down the line with about a 35 to 40 metre kick. Hogan got hands to it. Williams for the Ruse. Try to get it to Petrala. Here's Ethan. Duck back inside to Marshall. Marshall didn't have a man there. Josh Hicks ended up with it. Back to Croucher, on to Hogan, and puts it on the boot. Tumbling ball, not the best of kicks. Bartel's got to go. Got by McInnes. Oh, well done, McInnes. Went at it, but then lost the handle on it. Newnham over the top to Patton. Kick smothered. Newnham gets one back out to Croucher. Petrala's got him wrapped up. Brings him down in a strong tackle. And we'll have a stoppage left to centre wing, far side, Robbie.
Yeah, Yakandanda play down there. The back play just holding his stomach. Is it Jimmy
Free
Lawson?
kick.
Keep an eye on that anyway.
McInnes, mate.
McInnes it is. And the mark's taken by Jack Demizio for Kiwa Sandy Creek at centre wing. 52 to 10. The Hawks lead it.
He's been an absolute brick wall today, Demetrio, up to his 14th disposal as well off the half-back line.
Good kick too, found Dylan Blasick. He's shown plenty of toe. He gives back to Demetrio. So the two ex-Wodonga Raiders share the ball around to another ex-Wodonga Raider in Buckley Wilson, true centre half-back. He chips it across the ground, and they've been very, very methodical here. Lukey Francis not taking the ball too far, which is a better sign from Yak, as it's Carney kicks it off half-back.
And they go out wide, Robbie. So that's Josh Hicks. And the ball at the bottom with O'Connell. Yep, third turn brought to you by Wiesnels. Commercial Club scoreboard reads 52-10. The Hawks up. Japodong's time clock has gone 6.5. Robbie McKinlay and Luke Francis for Albury Wodonga MG. We've got Scott Scooter Fraser here for the Charcoal Kings. And Dan Vicar on the Mac Jack stats to Mizio. Moves it on to Vogel. Vogel out wide here. Callum Turner trying to get to it. Ball beats him across the chalk. What have your thoughts, Scooter, for the first few moments of this third term?
Yak just need to break it, boys. They need to get a goal. They actually need to get it forward. They're a very fit side and they run it well, but Kiwi are just holding them at bay and running it the way they want to.
Yeah, they're not a front-running side by any means, but when they are in front, they are very good at it, Kiwi Sandy Creek. They're really controlling this game at the moment. They set up well from the stoppage, which we've seen a lot of today. And that's one area, it's good, Yak haven't been able to clear it from this stoppage. They might on this occasion. Petrala did really well. He gets around on his left foot, kicks it in towards half forward. Donaghy needs a gather, he can't. Leach does. Stood his ground, handled over the top. They've got a bit of room to go. Here's a chance for Lawson. Runs to 25 and rams it home for the Ruse. That's the one they wanted. Great lead-up work there by Ethan Petrala. And Jimmy Lawson, the youngest player on the Yakananda side, capped it off with a sensational running goal. A Union Hotel goal that a contender. 52-16. That's what they needed, Scooter Fraser.
Yeah, contest by Leachy there to get the ball, fend off and handball it over into space for Jimmy Lawson. Had Jimmy O'Connell on the outside as well, but Jim Lawson, one of the best kicks of the football, left and right foot. Can that be the one that gets Yak, two or
Back
three
to back.
more?
Yeah, well said, Scooter. Great finish there by Yakandana. Those are the type of goals that get your team up and about. They've seen to bring the intensity. They've just got to get that finishing going more consistently for Yak.
So it's back to his 6-goal margin. Here's Croucher. Burns out of the middle and puts it on the right boot and sands it down forward. Gaps road end. Coming over the top was Lingham. Here's Wallace. Picks it up, sends it back. They come in through Beatty, the Hawks. High entry. Marshall got a fist to it. Probably could have marked it in the end. Patton's ended up with it. Hogan fumbles. McInnes brings him to the deck. The umpire is going to call for it.
Felt like Mitch Patton had a bit of time there. He could have turned it, almost snapped. I don't think Hogan was expecting that handball, which has caused the stoppage. So a bit more pressure from Yaka, causing a couple of mistakes from Kiwa.
Up she goes. Patton, a little sideways tap was pretty clever. So might have been Croucher in under all that. No, it wasn't Croucher. And it'll be a ball up.
6 inside 50s to 5 at the moment in this game in favour of Kiwa. So a lot more even this half, Scooter, as well, which is great to see.
Well, that's what Yak need, mate, just to get another one inside and get a score on the board. Get him up to 3 goals.
Can they start something off half-back? McBurney took him on. He held his ground okay. Fumbling around a bit with here at the moment. Kiwa Sandy Creek's forward pressure is terrific. And they're just going to cause another ball up, 40 out from their own goal. They lead 52-16. We have gone 9.5 minutes in the third quarter for Wiesners. And that's all on the Commercial Club scoreboard. And for Albury MG, here's Luke Francis.
Patton with the big punch out of the ruck. And coming through, ball at ground level. Patton going again. Many hands on this footy. Umpire's going to call for it. Got the running of the Memsey Stakes also at Caulfield today, Group 1. Can't wait for that, Robbie. Coming up at $4.50 this afternoon. Worth...
Who do you like, mate?
$750,000. Oh, Mr. Brightside, it's going to be hard to beat. Robbie, there's Wallace. And that's bouncing across the face and has gone out of bounds. Yeah, so interesting stuff. 52 plays 16, Commercial Club scoreboard. Third turn brought to you by Wiesners. Chapo Donks has gone 10.5, Robbie.
Yeah, Kiwa attacking strong. Yak did have scored the last goal, but as Scooter alluded to, they just need to string back-to-back goals, even 3 in a row. It can get some momentum going. Mitch Patton's been good today, working hard. We've seen a lot of this stoppage today, but what we have seen is that Kiwi Sandy Creek haven't conceded from stoppage. Yak have not been able to get their run from here. As Scoot said, they were a very good running side, but if you look at the way they've manned them up and squared them up here, there's not a lot of options to go for Yak when they do win it from here. And again, Kiwi Sandy Creek create it, stoppage, inside their forward 50. That's about 4 in a row now. And they're doing it in good fashion. Here's Luke Francis. See if you can get a clearance, Lukey.
That's it, Robbie. Here's O'Connell. Wallace has got him tied up. Another stoppage. Rightio, Dan. How are we going down at WJ Finlay, mate? Tigers and Wang Maggies.
78 to 55 in favour of Albury, Lukey.
Oh, there you go. Newnham over the top into the path of Bartel. Running onto it. Houston is there also and knocked across the line by Lingham.
Great defending there by Yak and Danda. That's desperation stuff, and that's what Holmesy would have alluded to at half-time as well. So good to see they're bringing a lot more pressure this half, Scooter.
Yeah, and some of his words were, it does. If you lose to a good side. Don't be like Yak was in that first half.
Check out the barrel. How about that? Goes long. Donaghy got it. Take him on, young fellow. He had one bounce. He drives it long off the side of the boot. Oh, he had no one in the gold square. He had nowhere to go. McDonald's kick's not a great one, and it might go out of bounds, and that might be just a little bit of a turnaround and fortune Yak and Danda needed, but yeah, they just didn't have that.
Who was the barrel from?
The barrel from the kick-in fullback, I reckon it was.
Garland,
it was Garland. A thumping torpedo, Luke Francis. A bit of old style.
Yeah, you felt like that was a big chance, didn't you, Robbie, for the Ruse to make, and just Donaghy's kick that just sprayed it off the side of the boot. Let's have a look again. Pony Club end. This one's going to be, is it going to come out? No. Ball not coming out of there. It's going to be tied up. Okay, so the Ruse needs something out of this. Pony Club head inside 50. 53 plays 16. They trail.
Leach at the bottom of the pack holding his head, boys.
Yeah, watch. Leach will respond here. He'll be a bit of vigour, I reckon. He'll get a free kick.
Yep.
Okay, this is big. So this is huge in the context of this game. Robbie McKinlay, the Scooter Fraser called it. So over the shoulder, must kick it, Dan Vaccaro.
He has to kick it, and great sort of ruck craft there by Leach. He knew that contact was coming and let him take him high, and great composure, and he should go back and kick a goal and get Yak into the game here, Lukey.
Zach Leach carrying the hopes of a club on his shoulders. Zach got it. Could this get them going? He's nailed it.
Come on!
53 plays 22 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. 13 brought to you by Weasness. Chapo Donk's time clock has gone 13, Scooter.
The Yak locals quite vocal when that free kick was given to Leachy, saying about time. The thing is, boys, if you don't have the ball, you can't get a free kick.
Yeah, well said there, Scooter. And what a finish there by this big Zachy Leach. As I said, really smart ruck craft for him to draw that free kick, and the right decision was paid. So let's just see if you can get another one on top here. If they can go in a three-quarter time, 3 to 4 goals down, stranger things have happened, Lukey.
Absolutely.
And nominating many times in Young he's one of the best shots on goal inside the forward 50 anywhere. He nailed it, big Leachy. Mona, high up and under. Newnham took it on the chest. He'll come back. He's still inside this 50. It's a fairly open forward line. He runs wide to create a bit of space. Now he gets a bit of depth in the kick. Keep an eye on Patton. He marks.
Oh.
Mitch Patton. That was beautifully set up and great nous from Connor Newnham. He knew if he could just carry that ball another 10 or 15 metres, Patton was in range. That's exactly what he did.
He has been a star all day today, Patton. Just as you see Yak get a run on, he bobs up. He's done it in the ruck, and now he's gone forward and he's pinching. A great mark. Great outdoors mark of the day contender, Lukey.
Definitely well said, Dan Vaccaro. It was. We've seen a few good ones today. Young Marshall took a beauty, but that one's a contender. Mitch Patton, 30 out directly in front, missed. He's missed to the right-hand side again, so a little bit of breeze that way, perhaps. Is that just a chance? A little let off. 7-12, 54, Kiwi, Sandy Creek. Yak and Danda, 3-4, 22. They have shown a lot more this quarter already. Luke Francis for Albury Wodonga MG. You'd look all right in a little MG darting around the countryside calling footy or races.
I wouldn't mind one. Maybe that is it.
Yeah.
That's it. Open roof.
Yeah, that's
shades,
you.
leather
that's
jacket.
You. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to borrow one of those Cuban cigars off yourself.
Yeah, got a couple in the glove box.
That's the go. Here's Mona. And what about that mark? Beautifully called by Robbie McKinlay. His crystal ball here at Sandy Creek. Said look out for Patton. He took it right in the midst. So ball out of bounds here. True centre wing, broadcast side. Let's see who can clear the ball from this contest. Many around the ruckman. That is Mann and Williams. Okay. Short throw in. Mann got a fist to it. Vogel, straight on the boot. Up in the air. Let's see who's under this. A big one over the top from Lingham. Demizio. Hogan picks it up. Good scoop. Collins. He's wrapped up.
Yep.
And the
you
umpire's
just
going to call for it.
Absolutely, Luke. And you just see the intensity lifted by Yak. They're starting to really get their nose in the contest and pull blokes over the boundary. So you love to see that little bit of toughness. Let's see if they can get another one on the run here.
Yeah, they need to win this clearance and get it forward. Head over the footy. Bailey Dale was good. He got great support there from Jimmy O'Connell. Beat his tackle was good from Kiwa Sandy Creek. So still in the middle of the ground. 54-22. 32-point lead to Kiwa Sandy Creek. Hogan read it better than anyone. Kick was smothered by Petrala. He's had some sort of quarter. Well done, Marshall, for Yakandanda. Tumbles the ball to the far side of the ground, and it'll be out over the boundary line in front of the scoreboard. That is the Commercial Club scoreboard. 7-12-54, Kiwa. Yakandanda 3-4-22. We have gone almost 17 minutes, Scooter, on the Japo Donks time clock.
Yak have made a bit of a move here, boys. Logan Martin has gone to full forward, so after the season at centre-half back, he's back in the forward line.
Scooter Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. Here's O'Connell.
His first game for Yak was in the reserves, kicked 8 goals, 4, then played centre-half back for the rest of the year.
And I really love that move, Scooter, because I feel like Nick Donaghy probably hasn't gotten a huge amount of support today when they have gone forward. So a really smart move to get someone to chop out and have a bit of a Twin Towers sort of set up in that forward 50 as well.
McIntosh. And this one's brought down also. The umpire again is going to call for it. So Huey Jarrett at the bottom of that pack. Here we go. Man in green about to centre the loft again. Duns, Twin City Cranes, TDFL Finals 2023. McIntosh. Collins was in there. O'Connell got brought down. Dump tackle. Rightio. So what's he got forward inside 50 at the Pony Club end? Here goes James. He wants to retreat a little.
50.
What's happened here?
No.
It's
kick against Huey
reversed.
Jarrett. Inside 50 for Yak. No, he's given it downfield. Huey Jarrett somehow decked Collins.
Oh, no. Well, dear, oh dear. Robbie?
Yeah, a golden opportunity missed to get that ball deep inside forward 50. But there's some encouraging signs. Jay kicks off half back. It's a good kick too. Gains. Oh! Wallace went high and almost took a Union Hotel Mark of the Day contender. He didn't though. Garland off half back. Thumping kick. Leach takes a good grab and said to Hicks, if you want to do a bit of that, I'll give you a bit of that. Don't worry about it. Good kick. Looking for Bailey Dale. Can't gather it. Here's a chance for Donaghy. Took him on. Have to get rid of it. He does. Here's a chance. Lawson. Oh, kick off the ground. That'll go out of bounds on the full. And it'll be a free kick. And it looks like Donaghy will have it, who's a pretty clever operator, Scooter.
Yeah, this is sort of, I guess Donis can run around on the right foot and snap it back and hopefully get Yak a goal.
So about 25 out, tight on the angle. This is a big kick to keep Yakandanda in it. Donaghy comes in and he's kicked it. His 70th goal for the season. Nick Donaghy, and a valuable one at that. So Yak have kicked the last 3 goals of this game from Lawson, Leach and Donaghy, and the margin's now back to 26 points.
Yeah, and what a finish there by Nick Donaghy. It's why he's one of the best forwards in the league. He's kicked over 70 goals this year, and he's just a fantastic leader, and he's one of their main men down forward. So a great finish there, and they cut the margin back just ever so slightly, Lukey, and Yak are coming. Big last quarter. They've even won the inside 50 so far this quarter as well. They've had 9 to Kiwa Sandy Creek 7, so that home spray has definitely got them hunting that footy.
Yeah, Robbie McKinlay nailed it, 26 points. Let's have a look back in the centre. Man got a hand to it. O'Connell tries to burst his way through. Hogan had him wrapped up. You can feel the crowd getting into it now, Scooter.
Yeah, look, a great little bit of, I guess, turn of events for Yak, so hopefully they can stay on top.
Petrala, hurry kick. Demizio in defence for the Hawks. Holds up, sends it out wide. On McDonald. Takes the mark right of centre wing, far side. And he wants to send it to Mona. Great delivery. Zach with the ball. Now, he goes wide and short. Finding McDonald again, so good running. Blue boots, out of sight. 54 plays 28. Commercial Club scoreboard, 26-point margin. Inside 50, Marshall went over the top. Lee Dale after this ball. Hogan off the ground. Connor Newnham in the pocket. Here's Williams. Griner tapped it on. Jake Hicks, snap on goal, and Maslin back on the last line of defence and takes it for the Ruse.
Yeah, he read it beautifully, didn't it? So important to have that last line defence. Jimmy Lawson couldn't take a tough overhead mark. Croucher provided a good tackle. Oh, that's not a free kick. Gee, that's tough. That is a tough one, and Croucher will have a shot from goal about 40 metres out alongside the boundary, but the goals do open up from that side. Very gettable kick from there.
It was out of bounds, boys, but the boundary umpire was on the wrong side and couldn't see that the ball was actually out.
So to stop a run of 3 goals, Croucher runs on, plays around, doesn't make the journey, and Yakandanda do well. They get that through for a rush behind. So they survive one there. 55-28. Kiwa Sandy Creek lead, Luke Francis. 21 minutes gone as Garland kicks in.
And the kick wasn't the best, Robbie. Hawks will get another crack at this. Look at the players. There's Marshall. Ball came out the back. Croucher got it out to McDonald. On to Mona. Mona high ball. Silo kick. Let's see who's under it. Patton got hands to it. McIntosh went over his head. McDonald goes again. Jeez, he's lifted in the last few moments. And the umpire is going to call for it again. Dan Vaccaro.
Around the grounds, Albury 78 to Wangaratta 61. Ever so slightly edging back in the contest.
Interesting. You just feel as if the Ruse could get one before three-quarter time. Yeah, they just need the next one, don't they, Robbie? Now, they've got the ball here. O'Connell's with it. Defensive 50, gap road in.
Can they get some go forward going here? I can take him up the corridor, Jimmy. He goes wide. Finds Luke Garland. Not Luke Garland. Joshy Garland. Of course, Lukey Garland played his 250th last week for Lavington. Garland high up and under. From behind, Carney fist was good. At ground level, Vogel been good. Hurry kick into half forward. Might have got a free kick there, I thought. Garland held off the footy, stayed over. He did well. Houston might have got a push. No, give it to me. It's a call from umpire Ring. I think it is down there.
I really love the way Yak have defended this last few minutes. They've been pushing and pushing and pushing Kiwa, and they're really holding it together here in the last couple of minutes of the quarter.
Yeah, be a real dagger if the Hawks got one here. Patton try to get it to Jake Hicks. Garland wrapped up. Callum Turner hurriedly on the boot. Jake Hicks trying to weave through traffic. Right forward. Up in the air. Hasn't made the distance. Still in play at the moment. And then got swung around to Josh Hicks. Look at the players tearing in. Houston gets a clearing kick.
He did well, didn't he, Houston? In fact, Yakandanda's defence did really well. Scoot, they've been able to hold off these last 3 or 4 minutes under a lot of pressure. It's good signs. They're protecting those 3 goals they've just kicked.
Yeah, they're a good back six, and they're a miserly defence. So to be able to let Kiwa in here, they'll be very disappointing.
Good smother. Excellent. Jimmy Lawson. Here's a go for Harry McBurney. Always hard at it. Vogel, geez, had a big quarter. Just gets a hurry, low skimmer to Williams for Yakandanda. Handballed in a hurry. Oh, it's going to be high. It is high. It is high indeed. And a free kick. I don't know qualms there. That one, Lukey Francis.
I agree, Robbie.
Take it away, son.
Here goes Griner. High. Drew centre wing, far side. Fist away by Carney. Mona. Clever tap to Jake Hicks. Blasick. Went to ground, got back up. O'Connell, he's lifted him this term. McIntosh. Lee Dale trying to burn his way through. To Huey Jarrett. Oh, nice vision. To McBurney, on to McIntosh. Oh, the Hawks come in. Croucher. Petrala's out. Petrala, Ethan. Going to the goal square. Oh, good fist by Evans. And puts the ball through for one behind. So 55 plays 29 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Jappo Donk's time clock has gone 24-13, brought to you by Wiesners.
Yeah, 11 inside 50s now in favour of Yak to Kiwa Sandy Creek's 9. They are playing a fantastic quarter of footy. Their defending has been top-notch this last 5 minutes, and they're able to transition the ball for the first time today. Huge last quarter coming up, Lukey.
Well, we've gone 25 minutes, and both quarters have gone 26 minutes so far, so we reckon about a minute in it. There's going to be a scoop. What do we got here, mate?
It's a blood rule. Liam Williams coming off.
He's been good, the big fella. He's tried hard.
He has been good, and we will just go around the grounds in this quick opportunity here. Albury Tigers, 84 plays Wangaratta 67, so just might be getting close now, I reckon, the final siren.
No, that'd be three-quarter time, I reckon, mate.
What's the time now? 4 o'clock?
Yep.
Might get a Hume League score too, Dan, when you're ready.
Yep. Yeah, we're thinking about probably around three-quarter time down there at the WJ Finlay Oval.
And just quickly, a Hume score as well. Howlong 53 to Brock Burham 44. So getting
Wow.
tight there as well, Robbie.
Yeah, and of course, Howlong would go into that game a favourite. Very even, I must say, from anyone from third through to sixth. Osborne and Holbrook decides to beat again. Here's Luke Francis. Time on, deep in time on, third term.
Leach, clearing hand pass. Vogel knocked it back. Josh Hicks, look at them going in for the ball here. Garland, centering kick. Are they going to run out of time? Here's Petrala, missed it. Croucher, which way is this going to go? Over the shoulder. Ruse can't let the Hawks in here. That should have been 50. Croucher's got it.
Why don't you kick it, you moron?
Well, there you go. I don't need to say anything.
That's not Charcoal Kings.
On the Hogan. No, that's not Scooter Fraser. Do you know that man, Scooter?
I do. His initials are T for Tony and S for Saunders. Very
Hogan,
vocal.
inside 50, running onto it.
Jeez.
Let's have a look. It might have been Booth.
Yeah.
It was Booth. Wow. So Campbell Booth has kicked the goal to the Gaps Road end, and that hurts. Gee, the Ruse won't like that. Right on three-quarter time, Dan.
Yeah, a good finish there by Kiwa, and probably just a little bit clumsy there for Yak to give away the free kick, and Kiwa have gone forward and kicked a goal, and that's what good teams do. They've got the run on Yak most of the day, but they've got a settler there. Huge goal going into the last quarter. 10 inside 50s for Kiwa, 11 for Yak, so been a lot better, but Kiwa just getting it done when it matters.
Yeah, they've done all the hard work, Yak. They defended so well, and just a bit of a fortuitous one out over the back, and Booth ran onto it. Leach did well. Tapped it to the advantage of McIntosh. Clever kick off the ground was good. Oh, that was a clever tap by McGuinness onto Dale. Hit a target, Dale. He does. And he got mauled. The man who took the mark was Logan Martin, and big Mitchie Patton made him earn it. Oh, Petrala was looking for it. He kicks long. They've got all the numbers there, Kiwa. Ball comes to ground. There was no yakking down to the forwards back there at all. Carney's handball was okay. Over the top at the end. The old 1-2 with Vogel. And he finds Mitch Patton. They've held it very nicely with a lot of good composure there, Kiwa Sandy Creek. 28 minutes gone. Third term, Kiwa lead by 32.
And it's been a beauty. Brought to you by Wiesners. Mona. Umpire says play on. Marshall with him. McBurney. Josh Hicks, Hogan over him. Umpire will have it. Expecting a siren any second.
The pressure from Kiwa boys, the mark from Logan, mark to Logan Martin here. Ethan Petrala's a long left footer. He came around the back to get the handball on his right foot.
Saw that.
Yeah, and that's why it was called play on, because he went to go.
Petrala. Now, let's have a look. Collins just shepherded out. Booth, who kicked the last goal, handball up to Hogan. Hogan, that's the go. He just wanted to clear the contest. Now, Wallace is after it, so too Houston. Beautiful shepherd from Callum Turner. Here's Wallace again. Wallace left foot, heading down towards Connor Newnham. Ball tapped in front. McDonald comes burning through. Ball comes out the back. Ruse through Griner. Get it out the back to Lingham. And Lingham comes this way to Lee Dale.
29 gone. Dale, he fumbled. Mona came through hard. Turnover. McDonald gathered. Handball back to Hogan. Kiwa Sandy Creek, big chance here. Wallace missed the opportunity to mark on the second bite. And it's going to be balled up. Almost 30 minutes gone, third term, 61-29. It's a 32-point lead to Kiwa Sandy Creek. It'll be a ball up, Lukey Francis. 30 out from Kiwa's goal.
Goes up, Robbie Leach over his head. Beattie got brought down and a big tackle from Bailey Dale. Umpire again to have it. What do you got for us, Dan?
Well, just the Lee Dale, another unlikely sort of turnover from him as well, has just caused Kiwa to have another look in here.
Leach, Jay kicks. Lee Dale and also McDonald fighting for the Sharon. Again, the umpire's going to have it.
11 inside 50s apiece now this quarter, so a lot more even. Kiwa just putting scoreboard pressure on again.
32-point lead, Commercial Club scoreboard. Hawks in front. Chapo Dong's time clock has gone 30.
Aubrey lead by 23 points. Start of the last quarter.
Yeah, there you go. 4 goals in it. McDonald. Maslin. Umpire happy to have it again. Robbie McKinlay.
Yeah, we've had 6 goals kicked this quarter, which is the most in any quarter so far today. And it's gone to 30, which is 4 minutes longer than any other quarter today. Yak, Maslin, McGuinness was it? Was Maslin. It was smothered out over the boundary line. They've done that well today, the Hawks. Gee, they've been good around the footy. They've just seemed to have more numbers around the ball. They've got a boundary throw in Yak. If to stay in this contest, they've just got to hang on here. Can't concede a late goal here in the third term. Comes back in, Leach over around it in the ruck. Chance here for Huey Jarrett, back on the ground. Trying to get around that left foot. Paddles it, ducked under it. Quick handball was hot to Griner. Marked in midfield by Kiwi. Looks like it's Booth there. And he's had a big quarter, Campbell Booth. He's got it at centre wing.
Yeah, kicked an important goal, and Campbell winds up, just gets it inside 50. Hawks back into attack again. Noonan comes tearing out, bowled over Griner. Hogan, high ball to the pocket. Let's have a look. Wallace, Lingham. Gee, he's a good player. Then gets it on to Garland.
Oh.
Kick was terrible. Mona with it, spits it out the back. Blasick. That might be it. It's going to be hard for the Ruse now. There's a goal for the Hawks right on three-quarter time. 67 plays 29 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Jappo Donk's time clock has gone 31 down Vaccaro.
That was his second there, Dill Blasick as well. He's been good all day. He's had the 12 touches and he's kicked 2 goals. He's super good in the contest. And Kiwi just pulling away again, which is going to make it very, very hard for Yakandanda Scooter.
Scores a level on the netball court, guys, if you want to know. Yakandanda and Kiwi.
Really? How long's that one gone, Scoot?
I'm waiting on Gav Gray to give us an update.
Yep. So your bad turnover there, wasn't it, from Josh Garland there. Kick was a poor one, and yeah, they couldn't believe their luck. Mono got it out quickly, and Dill Blasick loves that type of scenario. Beautifully done by Josh Hicks. Got a handball to Connor Newnham. Hogan lurks, he's dangerous. He paddles it in front of the 2 number 15s. Lingham's there. He sees it out over the boundary line for a throw in. 50 metres around from the Kiwi goal, 67 to 29. Quickly, Dan, for Mac Jack Shed stats. Yep. What did the inside 50 count this quarter?
Inside 50 count now is Kiwi 13 to Yakandanda's 11, so they've pulled away this last couple of minutes, Robbie.
32-minute quarter so far.
Unreal.
Extraordinary.
Free kick, high to Jack McDonald.
Jack, it's a low driving kick. It's a good mark by Maslin, but there's a siren to bring it three-quarter time. 33 minutes it went. 33 minutes. And the three-quarter time siren, it is the Kiwi Sandy Creek Hawks 9-13-67 to the Yakandanda Ruse 4-5-29. That term brought to you by Wiesners. We'll get to a break on the TDFL live stream. Back after this with a big final term.
We'll help you get the job done. We'll make your job a smooth one. Dunn's Twin City Cranes. For your semis, riggers, spotters, cranes. Safety is our second name. You're looking pretty with Dunn's Twin City. No job's out of reach. Rig it, lift it, move it, shift it. No fuss, talk to us. We'll help you get the job done. We'll make your job a smooth one. Dunn's Twin City Cranes.
CADMAC want your machinery to keep working as hard as you do. So, as you're gearing up for the busy season, now is the time to stock up on your machinery oil and net wrap. For a limited time, get a free cap when you buy 20 litres of any New Holland oil. Or get a free jacket with every pallet of New Holland net wrap or bale twine. These offers are only available at CADMAC and while stocks last. CADMAC, helping you grow for life. T's and C's apply.
Finer embroidery is in the fabric of our community. Any logo on anything so your business can proudly present themselves well. Embroidery that adds that personal touch that doesn't break the bank. Join the Finer embroidery community today. Proudly supporting the TDFL.
Rag.
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. wangarattacomputers.com.au.
Write it, space it, and erase it.
Finer embroidery is in the fabric of our community. Any logo on anything so your business can proudly present themselves well. Embroidery that adds that personal touch that doesn't break the bank. Join the Finer embroidery community today. Proudly supporting the TDFL.
We'll help you get the job done. We'll make your job a smooth one. Dunn's Twin City Cranes. For your semis, riggers, spotters, cranes. Safety is our second name. You're looking pretty with Dunn's Twin City. No job's out of reach. Rig it, lift it, move it, shift it. No fuss, talk to us. We'll help you get the job done. We'll make your job a smooth one. Dunn's Twin City Cranes.
7, they got a handy break on the Yakandanda Ruse 4-5-29. Now, Dan Vaccaro, we might have a look at the Brian Unthank Real Estate quarters best.
Yeah, doing it for Brian Unthank Real Estate there. Quarters best. I thought Josh Hicks was really good that quarter, but I also think Jack Hagan, he had the hand in absolutely everything that quarter. He's been probably the most prolific ball winner throughout the day. He's had 18 touches for the day, and he was fantastic that quarter. And from Yak, their main man, I thought Ben McIntosh, he had a quiet first half, but he was unbelievable that quarter. He had his hands in everything. He had 7 disposals that quarter, and I also think Nick Donaghy, he's the one that got him back into the game, kicking that beautiful goal along the boundary as well, Lukey.
Yeah, now we heard Scooter Fraser for the Charcoal Kings say it was very close on the netball courts, and thanks to Achura Albury, we'll have our netball update, Dan. So it was all tied up, wasn't it, Robbie?
Yeah, and I'm
between
just
the Hawks
37
and the
each with 3 minutes left was the last update I got to.
Scooter's just coming back
Here
up.
he
So
comes.
the Achura Albury netball update. And I think there's one of the sides has scored the last 2 goals, and Scooter Fraser, who's just rejoined us, the netball. Who got those last 2 goals?
Oh, exciting, mate. I've just run back from the netball court. Yakandanda broke the last centre and got up by 2 over the previously undefeated Kiwi Hawks.
Oh, gee. So Yak and Danda have gone into the grand final. They've beaten Kiwi Sandy Creek. That's a great result.
It certainly is, and it's the only team that Yak A-grade had lost to all year, so good to see.
Well, Scoot, you probably didn't get a chance to go down and listen too much around the huddles, but what do you see? Promising signs for Yak and Danda in that quarter. They kicked 3 goals in a row, but a couple of things didn't fall their way right at the end there, but much improved performance.
I've just got some notes. I sent a couple of spies out for me. Darren Holmes said, started well, got back in it, but a couple of silly mistakes. He did point out a couple of the boys didn't attack the ball. Kiwi got those last couple of goals and basically implored them to just play on now and have a go and throw caution to the wind and see what happens from here.
And around the grounds in O&M as well, it is Albury 15-8-98 getting it done over Wangaratta Magpies 10-8-68, Lukey.
Very good, Dan. Rightio, who will be the first team through to the TDFL Grand Final for 2023? We're about to find out. The last term is brought to you by Tallangatta Construction and Maintenance. The umpire with the ball back in the middle. It's a 38-point margin. The Hawks up. Here's Robbie McKinlay to take us away.
And I reckon we can throw another one into the Achura, the Brian Unthank Albury quarters best. I thought Ethan Petrala was excellent that quarter too.
Yeah.
That left foot. I reckon he took the game on, which I really liked. So
and Lingham for Yakandanda has been fantastic all day too, Robbie.
Outstanding.
Great last week too.
So here we go. Just repeating, Yakandanda have defeated Kiwi Sandy Creek in the netball. Can they come back here in the football? They go forward for the first time through Bailey Dale. Donaghy got his hands on the ball. A nice little handball to O'Connell, who dropped it Jimmy dropped it, he stayed with it, he shimmied, he shaked. He got it back to Huey Jarrett. Pumping left foot, kick to half forward. Ball come to ground. Oh, Demizio's there. He's done that roll so well today. A nice weighted chipping kick. And he's found Jake Hicks on centre wing, Luke, with a beautifully weighted kick. Fourth quarter action for Tallangatta Construction and Maintenance. Here's Luke Francis.
Jake Hicks goes into Demizio.
19th touch for Demizio as well, boys. He's been fantastic.
Floating kick. Cross up back. Just reached Evans. He would have been a little nervous.
He just thanked him for it.
Yeah, down on his knees praying in the end. Then Carney. Miss Croucher. Or fumble McBurney. Handballs off to Lawson. Lawson. Oh, nice little dance step there. Then Jimmy goes forward. Good ball over the back there of Logan Martin. Vogel. So Nathan with time and comes out to Demizio again. Now, he wants to go high, Jack. Blasick at the back, Huey Jarrett and a one-on-one. Here's McIntosh over the top to Williams. That's a chip kick, got some air in that one. Collins. Here's Jake Hicks.
Been good, hasn't he?
He has, and spots up Hogan.
Yeah, Hogan, another one. Hicks used the ball well. Oh, that's a hospital ball. Ooh. In the end, it'll be Blasick who takes it. Mitch Patton wasn't on the same page. Gosh, he looks like Benny Reid, doesn't he? Mitch Patton with that bald head and just sort of floats around a bit. Blasick goes back. How many stats this quarter for Jack Demizio?
He's about to have his 4th stat this quarter, 21 for the game, Robbie.
His nickname's Racker, and he's racking them up. Dan, you like that, Dan? Thank you very much.
Pat, your best work.
From the side, here's a chance for Houston. Tracked by Bartel. Gathered. Worked away by Newnham. Clever take. Oh, that's high. Free kick. It will. It'll go the way of Lockie Maslam. Nuts Maslam, they call him.
Nuts.
I don't know why Scooter might know. He might not be able to repeat it. Oh, dear. Turnover.
No.
Oh, dear. Nuts has not hit that one very well, Scoot.
No. Well, Jack McDonald has a shot at goal.
You couldn't believe his luck, could he?
Dan, I was the reason that Lockie Maslam has his nickname as such.
Oh.
Unfortunately, an errant kick one day, and
Like that.
Ah.
You went nuts.
Yeah.
There we go. So McDonald, blue boots, surfy type haircut, goes short. Not sure about that. Luke, Josh Garland did well, and he's taken it out over the boundary line. Not the greatest option there from Mac Attack.
Probably didn't have the distance I thought, but I would have liked to see some Kiwa blokes get around him and try and get a handball on the run as well.
Salami Dan with us. It's the grand announcer in the background.
Winner of the raffle. I'll get that.
We got a meat tray ticket, have we, Robbie? Or
Blues 78, mate.
like it. McDonald again. McIntosh. The trailer. Huey Jarrett. Here's Hogan. Hogan. Quick one. It's a goal. And that might seal it. The game might be on ice, I reckon. So 73 plays 29 on the X-Ray Group scoreboard. Final turns brought to you by Tallangatta Construction and Maintenance. And the Japo Dines time clock has gone 3.5. Scooter Fraser.
yeah, that's about it. You can't see the Yak boys really troubling Kiwa from here, but Hogan, the hero, basically, he's certainly come out with a point to prove today, and him and Jake Hicks, they've just been out on their own most of the day. Like, I'll say it, the amount of times that Jack Demizio can get the ball across half-back line just by himself, he just seems to be free all the time. Yeah, sometimes you might just have to lock down on him and play a defensive forward.
Well, he's free at the moment as Huey Jarrett takes it inside forward 50. And a great tackle there by Buckley Wilson on Big Leachy, was it?
Yep.
It was Big Zach Leach. He bear hugged him. That's a fair effort to do that to Zach Leach. And tell me his packages and moves historical artefacts. Extraordinary stuff from Leachy, which is quite amazing. He doesn't strike you as that sort of operator.
Indiana Jones type of stuff.
Archival survival.
Archival survival. How about that?
What, Egyptian relics, Robbie?
Oh, whatever, mate. He'll do anything. If you wanted to dig up an old racehorse, I reckon he would. Here he is, Leachy! Oh, he's banged one through. On cue, Zach Leach. Well, he can put that one away in history. That was a wonderful snap. And he packaged that up beautifully, Zach Leach. So he answers the goal, a quick one of Hogan. And it just keeps him a little bit interested, Zach Leach. 5th goal for Yak. They trail 35-73. And that is on the X-Ray Group scoreboard.
Yeah, great call there, Robbie, and great finish there by Zach Leach. I think he has been fantastic in this second half. Probably got a little bit of a rev up at half time, and he's been great. He's probably come out even with Pato in this second half. Great finish. Maybe not enough.
Yeah, well done, Robbie.
Well done, Leachy.
Might bubble wrap that, Sharon, and have it up on eBay tonight. There you go. Josh Hicks to Hogan.
19 disposals for Josh Hicks today too, boys.
Yeah, been good. Here's Hogan. Good player. To Beattie. McIntosh made the contest.
It did well.
Bailey Dale, smothered by McDonald. Wallace. McIntosh has got it again. Yeah, now let's have a look at the O&M again. Dan, what's the story down there?
Leave that with me.
Yeah, so tomorrow, we'll just mention TDFL. We're back here for the semi-final. Beechworth Bushrangers versus the Chiltern Swans. Can't wait for that. Out of side, McBurney on the boot here. Long inside the gaps, road in. Oh, good contest. Going back with it was Carney.
Especially with Zach Leach coming at you.
Yeah, Donaghy also.
Around the ground, 16-8-104. Aubrey to Wangaratta, 11-8-74. So looks to be all but over there, I reckon, Robbie.
I reckon you're getting close to it, Dan. You've been known to call him early. Jeez, no, right. As soon as I said it, I knew you were going to look at me, Scooter. We know what happened there that day, don't we? Here's Tamizio off half-back. He just hacks it towards half-back and centre wing. I called a game over here on Grand Final Day, Luke.
Yeah.
Between Kiwa and Tallangatta about halfway through the second quarter, wasn't it? Or not even that long.
It was about 5 minutes into the second quarter. It went to extra time.
We went to extra time and Tallangatta won.
What year?
2015, mate.
2015. Didn't I get some feedback?
Is
I
that
still
right?
get it. I still get it, Luke.
Yeah, that'd be right, Robbie, wouldn't it?
Come on, Yak. See if you can get one here. Get this game going a bit here. Oh, good work. Lovely work, Josh Hicks. Pumps it. Half forward. Fist was good. Brought it to the ground. Here's a chance for Newnham. Had to kick it in a hurry. He did well. Jake Hicks. Gee, he's been good today. Oh, he's in trouble. He got rid of it, apparently. Ball spills free. Yakking down to Marshall. Over the foot. He was good. Bumping around here. Chance here. Patton overran it. Hicks got it back. Hogan. Snap. Point. So close. Jack Hogan. 10-14-74 Kiwa. Sandy Creek. Yakananda 5-5-35. 7.5 minutes gone. Dan Picaro, you've got something. Make it good.
Just on that play there, the persistence from Jake Hicks there to get tackled, get the handball out, and then get the follow-up. That's been the story of the day for Kiwa, and he's leading them that way.
I know it's easier said than done too, Scooter, but Jack Hogan, when he sneaks forward inside 50, you've got to mark him closely because he's so dangerous around the sticks.
I can see now today probably why he didn't get that many votes in the Barton medal, Robbie. He just does his business, goes about his business, no fanfare, no flash, and he's racked them up.
Yeah.
21 and a goal for Jack Hagan today.
Yeah.
Here's Garland.
Yep.
Fullback position, 74-35. The Hawks up, so they'll advance to the big one for this year, which will be played in a fortnight's time right here at the Sandy Creek Reserve. Hogan bursts onto it, and they are home. That is it. The curtain comes down. They've been very impressive today, the Kiwa Sandy Creek Hawks over the Ruse.
They've been everywhere, haven't they?
Yeah,
they've had an extra man at every stoppage. They've had someone out the back, and when you're going like that and running hard the way Kiwa do, things fall your way. You know, the punch, defensive punch goes over a yak bloke's head into the arms, and on they run. And that's just a skillful side making their own luck, I suppose you'd say. But, very, very polished game today.
Yeah, good call, Scooter. They are absolutely cooking at the moment, Kiwa. They are playing brilliant football on all lines. Demizio, Hicks, Hogan, everyone.
I reckon he's nearly best on ground for mine, Jack Hogan, today.
Yeah,
He's been outstanding. And how good's that? He kicks the goal. He doesn't run to the interchange bench. You know where he runs? Straight back in the middle of the ground.
Yeah.
22 and 2 he's kicked today, Hogan. And he's been everywhere. And I've loved Demizio's game as well.
Leach, clever tap. McIntosh had to kick it off the ground. Mona's been good too. Kicked the ball in almost inside forward 50. Doesn't quite get in there yet. Oh, it might now. They can't bustle it over there. Might be a push.
Cool.
There you go. Free kick. Kiwa Sandy Creek. Chipping kick. Hicks. Jake takes a juggling mark. He'll go back and have a shot from about 30 metres out. Slide angle. There was a bit of hot call. Hicks will go back. He's kicked today. I've got him down for 2 goals, 1 today, Jake Hicks.
He has kicked 2 goals, 1, Jake Hicks, and what a superb player he is. We talk about his persistency around the footy, and he's just such a good ball user as well, and he'll go back and he'll slot this because he's a great player. He's been in the O&M a long time, and he knows what it's all about. He's a very, very good footballer, and a great clubman too, the Hickses, Josh and Jake.
So, to get his 3rd goal of the day, he got his stats on, did you say there, Dan?
Oh, I'm doing Josh Hicks, unfortunately, not
you
Jake.
got the wrong Jay Hicks.
Oh, no.
Jake Hicks comes in. I reckon he put it through. He has. Lovely finish, Jake Hicks. He's putting together some sort of game. 12-14-86, Kiwa Sandy Creek lead Yakandanda 5-5-35. 10.5 minutes gone for the 4th quarter for Tallangatta's construction and maintenance, and that's on the X-Ray Group scoreboard.
How many did Josh Hicks have so far, did you say, Dan?
Josh Hicks has had 20 himself as well, Scooter.
I reckon his brother's had 5 more.
Yeah.
He's been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been fantastic.
Yep. Yeah, 45 between the brothers.
And you know what I loved as well in that lead-up play? The effort from Zach Mono, who's been a role player for them all year, and he comes in, plays his role. Now they're rewarding him with a centre bounce as well, Robbie.
They share the load, don't they?
So they'll get the week off, the Hawks. Whistle over the shoulder. It's going the way of the Hawkers again. This is Beattie.
The week off, they haven't been banged up and no injuries, so there'll be some selection headaches in the Sangambalinga in a couple of weeks' time.
Scooter Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. Martin fumbled. O'Connell out wide to Bailey Dale. Short one. Just misses Lee Dale. Here's Vogel. Gets one out to Zach Collins. Collins. Shipping ball.
Just on that, Scooter, is there anyone from that Kiwa Sandy Creek side missing from today's game? An obvious one that might come in?
I don't think so, mate.
I think Mason Brown has played a majority of the year, and he just missed out today, so whether they bring him in or...
But you've had someone like Campbell Booth that only played 9 games and hasn't played for 5 weeks, so I think they've got plenty of cattle to pick from.
Carney. Connor Union playing in front. Just fumbled on the second attempt. Marshall comes in. Nice. To Donaghy. Petrala can run onto this. Just overran it. Marshall goes again. Now Carney, in front of Donaghy. Ball out of bounds. Yeah, rightio. Hume League score down. Let's have a look at that.
We'll try and get that, but
you get those.
O&M score as well, 104-80 at full time as well. So Albury getting over the line to Wangaratta Magpies.
All right, boundary throw in. I've liked the game of Connor Marshall today, Scoot. I reckon he's been a real trier and a goer. Connor Marshall.
Is it a Queen song? You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just about to say that. He's battled really hard today, and he's taken numerous contenders for the Great Outdoors mark of the day, hasn't he?
He has indeed.
Glad he didn't save a second line.
Just quickly too, boys, this is their first mark inside forward 50 since the first quarter.
Wow. That's your stat of the day. That's your Mac Jack Sheds stat of the day, Dan. Now here is Donny to kick. Maybe he goes short. I like it, Lawson. Oh, good slips catch low down by Henry Lawson. You like that cricket connotation there, do you, Lukey?
Yeah, that is poetry in motion.
You love your cricket, Lukey, don't you?
And I gave him that Wagga connotation as
You
well.
love your cricket.
There's nothing wrong with cricket. It's just not my second sport.
Was a 10cc song, wasn't it?
As the Memsy comes up in about 17 minutes' time.
Keep an eye. Here's Jimmy Lawson. Comes in. Oh, here's a beautiful kick, James Lawson. Lovely finish. He gets his second of the afternoon. Yakandanda get their 6-5-41. Kiwa Sandy Creek 12-14-86. Scotty Fraser.
Don't you let his mum hear you call him James. He's Jim. Simple as that.
Oh, no. Right.
Sorry. What's Mrs. Lawson's name? Mel, very sorry about that.
You'll have heard her today, but she'll be out here next week. You'll hear her yelling out.
Dan, can you just lock that?
Well done, Jim.
Can you just lock that door?
Yeah. Hello, Mel.
I thought you were being serious there for a second.
Yeah. So, Robbie, the Henry Lawson story, a sad one, ended up homeless, living on the streets.
Yeah,
that was a sad old story, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Australian legend.
He contributed a lot, didn't he?
Yeah. Bernie to McIntosh.
It's a poor finish.
Yeah, that's right. Bailey Dale.
Henry had a bad last quarter.
Bad day on the punt. Lawson.
Get on with
it. Oh, dear me. Bernie, Carney, then brought down Gaps Road End. 86 plays 41. Now the Hume League score.
Yes, you have been trying to get that.
Elimination final. 66 plays 57. The Spiders up by 9 points. Spiders up.
Is that wouldn't be full time? Be close.
Must be close, yeah. Over the same as.
Spiders by 9. Was it? Sorry, Lukey. Okay.
Yep.
And that's for Brian Unfank. Hume League round the ground. Demizio, handball on to Patton. Got it back to the man. I can't see. Goes back to Collins. It was. Sorry. Collins has kicked it, and it's going to go the way of Artie Griner. Looks like, sorry, I've got phones going everywhere. That's your phone, Scooter. Scooty, when you go around the grounds, mate, you might have some goal kickers too down there in Wangaratta.
Yeah, for Albury, Jacob Collins kicked 5, Riley Bice 4, Jake Gaynor 3, singles to Powell, Miles, Grills and Horton Smith, and Big Mick Newton 5, Cal Moore 3, Berry 3 and Sharrock 1.
Houston. This is Bailey Dale. Well done, Scooter Fraser, for the Charcoal Kings.
Jeez,
Croucher.
Mick Newton 5 on return. Good effort.
Yeah,
Is
absolutely.
it 5 for Newton?
5 out of 12, yeah.
Yeah.
He gets fluid on his knee, doesn't he?
Jack-
Yeah.
Jack Demizio as well, boys, today. 25 disposals. We just saw him walk it out of defence for them. He has been an unbelievable trooper for Kira, and today he's no different.
And on the X-ray group scoreboard here at Sandy Creek, it's the Hawks 86-41. The Japo Donks time clock has gone over 16.
And Dan, if you get the gig in a couple of weeks' time and get back here, mate, you'll see Demizio do exactly the same thing.
Yep.
He loves this ground, and we said pre-game that that's what he does. And I really think whoever gets to the grand final against Kiwa will have to have a defensive forward try and lock down on him, at least for the first half.
Couldn't agree more, Scoot. I don't know why the teams haven't probably done it throughout the year more consistently. You may sacrifice one of your players, but you've got to lock him down because he is probably the best user of the footy in the comp, Jack Demizio.
Will you give Josh Hicks another stat, please, Daniel Vaccaro?
Thank you, Robbie. Where would I be without you?
Jack. Hogan applied the pressure.
Like Henry Lawson.
Young Marshall, yeah. I hope you don't end up like Henry. We'll find Dan and a salami.
Did you know Henry, Robbie? When you
I did have a lot to do
knocking
with
around
H. Yeah, he knocked around the central part of New South Wales. I was sort of down here in the Murray River more my go.
Banjo was you're more
Yeah.
closer to Banjo, weren't you?
BJ, yep, AB Patterson. Take it away, Luke.
Thanks, Robbie. Leach.
Oh,
Yeah, that explained it all.
AB named after AB Patterson?
no, Andrew Border.
Of course, of course.
You're a massive Alan Border fan, weren't you?
I was, mate. I still am. But
Still
yeah,
am, yeah.
he was the heart and soul of Australian cricket.
Share similarities, AB and Alan Border?
Nah.
Here goes Vogel. Inside 50, just in front of Logan
coming
Martin.
back.
It is coming back, Scooter, you're right.
No, not a lot, Dan.
No, he's definitely
Both
not
love-
I
both
met
love-
AB. He's definitely not as grumpy as Alan Border. That's
Both
for sure.
love their cricket. Only difference, really, AB's right-handed.
Coaching the Brookers next year, Robbie?
Yes, him and Joshy Jones.
Yeah. Croucher. Swung around. Here's Donaghy whistle.
Advantage?
Advantages are paid.
Oh,
Which way's
no.
it going? No, it's
Other way.
going the way of the Hawks. Yep.
It's not a factor, Dan, but what is your free kick count there? It's not
Nah,
a
the
factor?
free kick count I've got here is 16-16 at the moment. So there you go,
you go.
dead even.
But wasn't a factor, was it, after all that? So we're getting into, what are we going, 18 and a half minutes into the final quarter. We've had 4 goals kicked this quarter. We've had 3 for the X-ray group. On the X-ray group scoreboard, it's 86-41. And this fourth quarter is sponsored by our good friends at Tallangatta Construction and Maintenance. Here's Hogan. Oh, he got clean bowled. Hard there was Man over the foot, reefed out there well by Garland. And then he was like a state of origin second rower, just trying to make a bit of ground, looking for an offload that wasn't there, Luke Francis. Ball up. Game's just ball. Leachy's down. I hope the umpire didn't trip
The
him.
umpire collected him, Robbie.
The umpire's knocked Leachy over. Well, there's been blokes in Ovens and Murray trying that for 10 years and they haven't had to do it.
Yeah, you're right.
And he got him. Umpire side bottom, banged Leachy to the turf.
He's had a long day, Leachy, as you said, Robbie.
Yeah.
At half time,
Oh.
he's behind the sheds here, and he was heaving, the big man.
One of the greatest spews I've seen for a while.
Yeah, the Chrissy Mew.
Jeez, he had some gear coming out of him, didn't he?
Yeah, he
I was
did.
trying to finish my little sausage roll. I nearly threw it up.
He would have been sitting there wheezing, and then the next thing you know, the blast came, and he said, "I'm out of here." He ducked out the back, and
He did the poor bugger.
yeah, Donaghy in the pocket.
Was it better than
Out
mine,
of his
Robbie?
hands, Demizio. Oh, strong tackle back there from Logan Martin.
True story. Leachy, he was manfully taking the blast like Aaron
Yeah,
was,
this
but
is
he had
fair
to
dinkum.
go. He had to go. He came running out
Ducked
the door
outside.
and he brought up half the canteen.
I can't handle this anymore. We've got to get out of here.
Anyway, he cleaned himself out and he's had a good second half. Leachy, 45 points. Kiwa Sandy Creek leaded. Williams got a fist. Running on it was Donaghy. Gee, that's a good pickup. He got a handball out. And now he's going to get it back to 1-2. Donaghy from long range. Kicks it deep. It'll either be out of bounds, a full or a mark. And it's a mark. Last line of defence. And the umpires, well, he's just going to hold control there. And Buckley Wilson has it in the orange boots. We've gone 20 minutes, Lukey. And that's on the Jappo Donks time clock. G'day to Simo.
That's it, Robbie. Here we go. So Buckley Wilson, our top spinner. James O'Connell, Leach. Tristan Mann tries to attack him. Good play from the Hawks. Here's Hogan again. How many now, Dan?
He's up to 23, Hogan.
Thanks to Jappo Donks. Patton kicked it along the ground. Here's Connor Newnham. Can he nail this?
Oh.
Rolling, and hits the post. It hits the post. So 87 plays 41 on the X-Ray Group scoreboard. Final turn brought to you by Tallangatta Construction and Maintenance, and Jappo Donks' time clock has gone 21.
There's the barrel, and it's heading Leachy's way, and he couldn't get it on the second bite. Picked up by Jack Hogan. A clever, low kick that bounces over the head of Petrala, falls away in Newnham. Handball to Blasick, open goal, misses. Good pressure, though, by none other than Angus Lingham. Most people would give up in that situation, but Lingham just got a little bit of pressure on him, and Blasick missed a bit of a sitter in the end.
That is an absolute soda, Robbie, there by Connor Newnham. But, yeah, great. Looks like one of the boys there is down. If we can get an... Who is that, Stu?
Tristan Mann, just a bit of a chase there, and in that contest with Zach Leach.
Oh, Hogan. Over the top of O'Connell.
Best on ground today, Jack Hogan.
Yep. No argument here, Dan.
25 disposals, 2 goals, and he's been everywhere.
That's it.
He
should go back, Scooter, and just take all the time in the world, settle down and have a shot.
Yeah. Former Wodonga Raider, he's absolutely brilliant. He's a Rolls Royce. He's been helped by the blokes in that midfield today, the Hicks boys, and Dill Blasick as well, and Jack Deminci off the half-back. They're a team of champions for sure.
So we don't know who they'll play in a fortnight's time yet. Connor Newnham on the lead, but this man will have to be closely checked in the grand final no matter who makes it. Hogan and Mark back there by Patton.
You could forgive Hogan there for not making the distance, because that right foot to kick the ball that many bloody times today is a bit buggered.
Josh Hicks now with the mark, and he's up to 24 disposals as well. Hicksy, been good.
88 playing 41.
Geez, Mitch Patton was kinder than I would have been. I would have just sort of settled back into the pocket and had a snap at that scoot, don't you reckon?
Oh, sure.
Grass in the air, Robbie.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, didn't see you, mate.
Yeah. In the sun. Here's Josh. Josh Hicks. Yep, great kick. Well done. He's played a good game. 94 plays 41. The X-Ray Group scoreboard. Final term for Tallangatta Construction and Maintenance. Jappo Donks' time clock has gone 23, Scooter.
Yeah, and that's it's getting out to a margin now. It's I guess it's time for Yak to, I guess, a bit of self-preservation, I suppose, and regroup for whoever they play next week.
Jimmy O'Connell just come off scoot and he just looks a bit sore, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he's been battling all day.
Yeah.
I think most of the Yak boys have been chasing for the day, so they're going to be buggered.
Yeah, Leach, he'll keep going. Lee Dale has been pretty quiet today. They need more impact from Lee Dale. Benny McIntosh for mine, I think he's been quiet.
Only had the 8 touches today, Lee Dale. I don't think he's probably used the ball as well as he usually does as well, Robbie.
Yeah. Leach, more 40 might have got a push. Bailey Dale's been okay. Pumped it to centre half forward from behind. Disciplined fist from Carney. Lawson paddled it, and he might get a free kick. He does, Jimmy Lawson. He's been a great try today. The young man.
Just Carney's been well on Nick Donaghy today.
Yes, he has been outstanding.
Hasn't allowed him that clear air to take those good marks that he can do.
Lawson chips. He won't find a teammate. He gets snapped from Donaghy. He's clever, top of the goal square. Williams did well. He tried to palm it towards, I think it's Maslin, but in the end it's going to be Blasick who runs. Had one bounce, runs his full measure. Lucan pumps it to centre wing.
He does, Robbie. Let's have a look here. Fisted away by Newnham. Garland. Hogan's got him wrapped up. Almost handed it to Marshall in the end. Newnham, he's not giving up on the play. Hogan out to Lee Dale. Lee swings around. Thought that was touched. Leach takes it.
It was touched, yes.
Yep. Plays on to Lee Dale. Good follow-up play. Nice chip off the side.
Run it, young fella.
Jimmy Lawson, look at that for a kick. Into Donaghy. Good footy, Scooter Fraser for the Charcoal Kings.
Yeah, overlooked at the bushies just basically because of his height, Jimmy. So, yeah, very lucky for Yak to be able to keep a local product. But as you see, elite skills. And when he gets on his left foot, sometimes you don't realise that whether he's a left or a right footer.
And his father, Andrew Lawson.
Ex-pres, wasn't he? President?
Current president.
Current
Still.
president.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Andrew. Jeez, I've upset the Lawsons today, haven't I?
Yeah, top man.
Mel and Andy. Andrew.
We spoke about Henry too. Donaghy.
We
Probably,
have.
probably didn't need to add that, did I?
Disappointing
fella.
finish there by Nick Donaghy, but the play up there from Yakandanda, they've saved it for the last sort of 5 minutes of the game. That was probably the best play of the day, and unfortunately Nick Donaghy, who's been well holed all day, couldn't get it through the big sticks for Yak.
We ever get that young bloke back who pinched the footy that day, Scoot? The bloke in the red car?
Yeah, they
Who
caught
was
him
that?
at the
Remember
Tallangatta
that?
pub.
They caught him at the Tallangatta pub.
Oh, they
Footy.
did.
They did. So what was the story, Scooter?
Handcuffs.
Kicked the goal that end.
Yeah.
His dad was driving and got in the car and they
Fair.
hightailed it.
Way they went, they found him at the Tallangatta pub.
Oh, that's the best.
Very astute watchers of the
They're-
footy gave the police the registration number and
Yes.
they got him 10 minutes down the road. Not real smart.
I'll tell you now, they're not cheap, Sharon's there. They're 150 quid.
That was at the Union Hotel too. Good grab there. Lee Dale. He spots Petrala, who takes a good ball low to the ground.
A local Scooter.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
Sure. Wow.
Product.
Geez, he can be stiff.
I think he won the 17s, one of the premierships in about 2016-17.
I thought you were talking about the thief.
Yeah, I was talking about the
Yeah.
thief.
Lawson, here he
Sorry.
is. Oh,
He-
clever handball over the top. McIntosh misses an easy one too.
Probably was
Under
talking
a bit
about
of pressure.
Petrala. Petrala's the local. No,
Oh, yeah, right. Well, I'm talking about blokes who are going to get locked up at the Union
no,
Hotel.
Bolster's probably someone from Holbrook or someone.
Yeah, oh, no, we'd give it back. Minor score. They've missed. Hello. What's happened here? That's a goal. No, it's
Nope.
not. Point. Well, I'll be. There's a bit of theatre in that, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of mayo.
Thought someone had knocked off a Sharon there for a minute.
Bit of me time from the goal umpire, I think, there, boys.
Score check. 13-16-94. Kiwi. Yak 6-6-42. Here's Luke Francis for Albury Dong MG.
Yeah, so 27 gone on the Jappo Donks time clock. Hawks through to the big one. Hey, there's McInnes along the ground. McBurney, Harry, can he finish this one? There's a floater across the face. They're going through for one behind. So 94 plays 44, a 50-point lead on the X-Ray Group scoreboard. Jappo Donks time clock has gone 27, Dan Vaccaro.
Absolutely, and the surprising stat this quarter, boys, Yakandanda, they've gone inside forward 50 11 times. Tequila's only 6, so they have got the ball inside their 50. The thing that's let them down ultimately at the end of the day has just been their first half. It was terrible for Yakandanda's standards.
The old mongrel Torp hunts it up. Over the footy there was McGuinness, the Maslam. Petrala, clever handball. Bailey Dale, what does he like? Good kick, well-weighted kick. Oh, the defence comes in though. It was Nathan Vogel who got the fist just as Logan Martin was about to take a mark and go back and have a shot on goal. It'll be a boundary throw in. 35 metres around from the Yakandanda goal. They've been doing a lot of attacking in this last 5 minutes. They trail though by 50 points and it'll be Kiwi Sandy Creek who will go into the grand final in 2 weeks' time. Here's Luke.
And missing it, Wilson. Petrala back to Buckley Wilson. Long one out of defence. Bailey Dale front spot. Griner after it. Here goes Artie. Hooks it back. Now ball has gone out of bounds. Left of centre wing, far side. Dan Vaccaro.
Just on the stat sheet, Jack Demizio again, boys. He had 10 touches this last quarter. He's had 27 for the game. He has been absolutely fantastic, along with Jack Hogan, who's had 7 for the quarter, 24 for the day as well.
Leach
And
out
2
of
goals.
the ruck. Huey Jarrett to Dale. That's Lee. McBurney over it. Demizio. Great player. Huey Jarrett ends up with it. Hawks have got him. And again, we'll have another stoppage. So again, back here tomorrow.
Have tackled well, Kiwi, haven't they?
Yeah,
Gee,
yeah,
they've
they have.
tackled well today. I think sometimes when you see a side leading that much, you look at the goal kicking, the attacking. Gee, their defensive side of the game has been outstanding today, Scoot. I reckon it's been a real feature.
Relentless from the start.
Yes, that's a great word.
Yeah, they pressured Yak in the first quarter, didn't let them score, didn't score enough themselves, but obviously have run away with it in the end. But just like I've said it numerous times today, they had just an extra one around the stoppage all the time. They've been there and worked hard, even when they weren't, when they didn't have possession.
Well, look at Demizio. He'll probably mop up here. No, he doesn't need to. Ball comes over the top to Beattie. Handball, slid it to Newnham. Got it midfield to Blasick. Good pressure on Yakanana. Went right back to Blasick. Jake Hicks got it. Gathered. Got through traffic. Now finds a path through the centre of the ground. Kicks okay too. Finds Scotty Bartell. Nice build up. Keep an eye on Zach Collins. Kick by Bartell. Looks for Collins. Collins brings the ball to the ground. Here's Mona. Collins. Mona to Mitch Patton. That's a free kick. That's a good tackle in and under there by Lockie Maslin. He'd like me calling him young, but he's got a bit of age on him. And he did a great tackle. And they defend. They trail by 50 though. We've gone 30 minutes, Luke Francis, and it won't be too long to go now, although the last quarter did go 33.
Yeah, you're right, Robbie. That's it. Tomorrow, TDFL semi-final, the Beechworth Bush Rangers up against the Chiltern Swans. In the O&M elimination final, it'll be the Wang Rovers versus the Wodonga Bulldogs. And Hume League second elimination final versus the CDE HBU Power and the Rand Walbundry Walla Walla Giants. Scooter.
The last quarter last Saturday went for 38 minutes.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, some 25 seconds or something like that.
I think, well, the third term was a
goals,
short one, so maybe there's a little bit added on there.
Is that the room in one where someone went to sleep?
Evans with
Scooter.
the ball.
Oh, you probably can't say.
Well, we said last week in the call.
Tallangatta in round 2 or 3 this year actually went 34 minutes.
Someone's fallen asleep, I think, boys.
Yeah. That's it. Hawks are through. Kiwi Sandy Creek, the first team through to the TDFL Duns Twin City Cranes Grand Final for 2023. They defeated the Yak Ruse 13-16-94 to the Ruse 6-8-44. A convincing, emphatic victory. Scooter.
Yeah, certainly not the margin that I most expected, I suppose, but well deserved for Kiwi. Just fantastic from the very start. Relentless pressure. Demizio, Hogan, plenty of guys have, I guess, gone out there with something to prove. They lost to Chiltern 2 weeks ago, which wasn't expected. Yeah, Chiltern might come out tomorrow and I guess frank that form, but I think they poked the bear 2 weeks ago, and Kiwi Sandy Creek have come out today and absolutely run over the top of Yak, who last week showed they're a great team. So I guess on one side you could say Yak can't play that bad again. So if they get another chance, they know exactly what they've got to do, and that's run, and be as the pressure acts, I guess, from Kiwi were the main thing early in the game.
Yeah, that is exactly right. And the Ruse last week against Beechworth absolutely blitzed the opening term. Well, the Hawks came out today, Dan, and they just locked down the first quarter. They choked the Ruse, their run, and then from there they just took the strength away from the blue and white stripes, and they're able to run away and take control of the game.
Yeah, you're spot on, Lukey, and they started right from the get-go. That first ball up, their DNA was all over the contest. They camped the ball inside their forward 50 for the whole entire first quarter.
Yep.
They probably didn't put enough scoreboard pressure on early, but they stopped Yak, and they literally talked Yak out of the game really after that. And that hot first quarter, then they piled on the goals in the second, and unfortunately, no matter how good you play, you can't show up for one half of footy. So Yak and Danda, they got a fair old spray from Holmesy at half-time, but it wasn't enough. Kiwi are far too good. As I said earlier in the day, they have got champions on line, Kiwi. Their defence is unbelievable, led by Demizio. Their ruckman in Mitch Patton, I love watching him play. He had his DNA on the footy all day today. And then their midfield, the Hicks boys, Jack Hogan, who's probably been best on for mine, along with Demizio. And then their forward line functions beautifully with Newnham and then other boys that pop up. They are just a fantastic football team. They're going to take some beating this season.
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. The post-game for A-grade oils and batteries. Scooter this afternoon was for the Charcoal Kings. He's making his way out onto the ground.
Does a good job, old Scoot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Carving it up.
He's better value than Monty just quite.
Myself
I
and
reckon
Robbie
he's
McKinlay for Aubrey Wodonga MG. Yeah, Robbie?
I reckon he's a massive chance to collar the blonde bombshell, Jack Hogan.
That's it.
Former Raider, Jack Hogan.
But you're right, Dan. They just so much class around the ball, and they used them. They were their go-to players, and when you've got balls when the ball's in the hand of those type of players, normally good things happen.
Well,
they make those good decisions.
You're right, Robbie, and I reckon they've got the perfect team. You know why? They do have those 5 or 6 absolute stars, but they don't drop away. All of their players. Like, you look at Zach Mona, he's always been classed as sort of that role-playing footballer. He's fantastic to bring off the bench. All he needs to do is get a handball in
Yeah, fucking oath.
Well, we'll stop the swearing, but anyway, mate, seriously, we really thought Monday night you were a chance. You come out today, not about you, but today the way you played, that team effort, that relentless pressure early on, was that something that Jack Neal gave you the direction to at the start of the day?
Yeah, no, absolutely. All the boys did so well. We did exactly what we said. 4 quarters. Yeah, couldn't be prouder.
What are your thoughts of having the leisure of having Jack Demizio play on a half-back flank, and he's probably one of the most damaging and attacking players?
Yeah, he's an absolute freak. So good to have him on our side. Yeah, couldn't speak so highly of him.
Coming into the game, obviously you would have watched Yak and Beechworth last week, you know, how Yak ran the ball. Again, you look at the likes of Dill Blazic, Jake and Josh Hicks, you know, those sort of guys to do shutdown rolls early and let you guys score pretty much at will later in the game. Again, is that free will for those blokes? What did Jack say at the start of the game?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Everyone had a role to play. Yeah, and we went out and did it for sure. It was a real solid 4 quarters. Couldn't be prouder.
That's great. Well, you get a week off. Congratulations and good luck in a couple of weeks' time.
There we go. That was Scooter Fraser down there with our player of the day, Jack Hogan. Yeah, he's one of many good players, but I agree, Dan. I just thought he for the whole 4 quarters and his impact in the game, he ended up kicking a couple of goals there, 2 goals. And how many possessions was it?
He had 24 and 2, Jack Hogan. And the thing I loved about his game today is when Yak had a couple of those periods where they got the run on, he'd just bob up and do something that needs to be done in that midfield and go forward and take marks.
Looks like Scoot's going to go and try to get the club signed.
It does.
Good effort from Scoot. You remember Scoot as the game's record holder at Yakandanda, and today he's great insight into the game now, and he's going to go into the opposition room, and you'll hear the club song that. But Scooter's held in such high regard.
I think he said 220 odd. Robbie.
220 odd. Yeah, Tallangatta Football League. So he's a good man, Scoot. And Kiwa, very happy, and I think that was them at their full strength today, and they're a real threat.
Yeah, I thought the Yakandanda Ruse were so impressive last week, last Saturday, Robbie, and yet the Hawks have come here and just closed them completely out of the game, just shut them down and make them look like second rate this afternoon.
Goes to show the level they go up.
Yeah, here we go, the Hawks. Yeah, well done, Scooter. So the final score here at the Sandy Creek Reserve, it was the Key West Sandy Creek Hawks getting up 13-16-94 to Yakandanda's 6-8-44. The post-game is brought to you by A-Grade Oils and Batteries, great sponsors of the TDFL live stream. Well, Dan, let's have a look at the Mac.
The stats really show the inside 50 is the big one. 51 inside 50s to 30, so that's where the game is won. 51 inside 50s for Kiwi to 30 for Yakandanda, so you're getting 21 more inside 50s. You're never going to win a game of footy like that. The marks inside 50 is damning as well. 13 marks inside 50 for Kiwi, only 4 for Yakandanda going inside 50, and I did mention that stat, which was probably some of my best work just quietly. The stat was no mark inside 50 into the last quarter from the first quarter. Very, very well done. That's why I'm number 1. Jack Demizio, 28 disposals as well. He was fantastic. Dill Blazic was great. He had 16, but he kicked 2 and he was great. Jack Hogan as well, 24 and 2. He was our player of the day. He was unbelievable all day. And Josh Hicks was 23 disposals as well. He had a really, really solid output today. Huey Jarrett, only 14 disposals, probably not his greatest day. Lee Dale had a quiet day for his standards. Ben McIntosh tried really hard throughout the day, and he had 23 disposals for Yakandanda, who are going to front up next week, Lukey.
Yeah, that's it, Dan. Well done, young man. You've been fantastic all day. Just tell everyone, Robbie, in the Memsey Stakes at Caulfield in Melbourne, it was Mr. Brightside.
Of course.
For Craig Williams
the Pope Catholic.
And the Hayes Camp returning $2.50.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and $1.30 from Princess Grace and I Wish I Win. Alligator Blood finishing 4th. So that was the big one. The group
do you have any on it, Lukey?
No, I didn't, Dan. I didn't have a bet in the Memsey.
Odds on.
Good to see.
Yeah,
Gamble responsibly, everyone.
Look, I think when you look at that, I was really, really impressed with what I saw from Kiwi Sandy Creek today. Just their ball movement was good. They looked very calm and assured. I think we were commenting so much in the first quarter. We were a bit concerned that they might not have put them away. At one stage there, I think it was, like they had opportunities. It was 2 goals, 5. Actually, at one stage it was 1 goal, 5 to 1 point. And that was sort of, early days in the second quarter. And we thought they might have missed their opportunity, but to their credit, they probably, it was one of a most consistent game you could imagine.
Yep.
I reckon there's always a good sign if a side does come back and they get a goal, and then it's how you answer back. They tend to get one straight away. There was one stage there in the third quarter where Yakandanda did kick, Hogan kicked the first goal. Sorry, Bartel kicked the first goal of the third quarter. Then Jay Kicks got one. Margin was 42 points. Then Lawson, Leach and Donaghy all kicked goals. But it was over a long period. It was over about 14 or 15 minutes. So it wasn't carnage. And then they answered with the next 3 goals before the break.
It was a professional win.
That's a great way to describe it.
They put on a really classy performance today, and they've just been too good for the Ruse. Can they respond to Ruse? I mean, they've got to turn it around very quickly, haven't they, Dan?
They can, and they've gone 16 wins this year and 2 losses, I think, Yakandanda, or a loss and a draw. So they're a fantastic football team, so there's absolutely no shame in them. Next week, they're going to come out firing as well. We just know how good Kiwa are, and all their cylinders were flying today, Kiwa. They did everything perfect. I think Robbie hit the nail on the head. That was a really professional sort of win. I think the thing I loved about Kiwa in that second half was Yak were coming at one point, but their ability to absorb the pressure, and that's on the back of blokes you've got like Demizio and Hicks and Josh. They're so experienced, and you even look at someone like Cal Turner, who's been there for such a long time. He's so level-headed as well, going into that sort of defence and midfield. They're just a really, really responsible team. I don't know if that's the right word, but they are. They're really, really clever, and they're disciplined, and they've got older heads in that team. You look around Yak's team and they don't have those older heads like Kiwa do. They've just got so many blokes on that field that are leaders and can be coaches themselves, and that's what makes them so great.
They did need Lockie Millen. They missed him dearly, didn't they, Robbie? You mentioned it during the call. They just needed a dangerous forward there just to jag 1 or 2 quick ones like he did last week. And Billy Griska, it would have been handy to have his run off half back. But anyway, that's the way footy goes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose to their credit, their second half was certainly a lot better. What was it? 5 goals, 4 they kicked. They kicked 1 goal, 4 in the first half. And then it was 8 goals, 6 by Kiwa Sandy Creek. So Kiwa really controlled that game. They probably could have even won by a little bit more. 50-point margin. It was a dominant performance.
Poor kick in the first quarter too, you got to remember as well. So they sort of kept yakking it themselves, but were able to get away, which is great.
Absolutely. Now tomorrow for the semi-final, Robbie, you're back here again. So
I'm back.
Batchworth.
I might sleep here, I reckon.
The Rangers up against the Swannies. Why not?
Why not? I've got the ute here today too.
Beautiful scenery out here too. God's country, they call it out here.
You might be able to swing a hammock off the Duns Twin City crane.
How good would that be?
Robbie, there you go. Swinging in the breeze up there.
We're not the swag, and I can only up here in the comm box. But I think what you'll see tomorrow is there's old rivals. Beechworth are going to come out in a nasty mood. They're a bit probably cranky with the world at the moment. They feel like they've come off a loss. They've had their co-coach suspended. They'll have nothing to lose. They'll probably try to upset the apple cart a bit. I was impressed with Chilton last week, though. They were a good side. They moved the ball pretty well. I think Chilton will go in a favourite. But when Beechworth got their backs to the wall, they're a dangerous opponent. So we'll look forward. I think it'll be closer. A lot closer.
Beautiful. O&M elimination final. Now, Dan, we're heading down to Normins. The Wang Rovers up against the Wodonga Bulldogs. Now, we know who you're going to tip here. This will be a cracker.
Yeah, absolutely. Both been really good teams throughout the year and both deserve their spot in finals. Different teams. Wodonga probably a little bit more consistent in terms of their win-loss, and I think Rovers. You don't know what Rovers are going to show up. So it's going to be a fantastic duel tomorrow. But go the Doggies, I think.
Yeah, beautiful. And in the Hume League second elimination final, it's the Kareen Daysdale Hopeville Burridge United Power up against the Ranwalbundry Walla Walla Giants. Robbie.
Did we get
That's going to be a bottle or two.
Oh, that'll be a really good game, that one.
Spiders and Saints.
How about that? I think there's about 7 or 8 towns involved in that one final. Corrine Daysdale, Hopeville, Burridge United.
That's it.
Up against Ranwalbundry Walla. How good is that?
That's astonishing. That's a record.
My goodness. The Saints got up.
No way.
The Saints got up. They came from behind.
That's
so
how long
Brocklesby, Burr and Buttock
Wow.
have knocked over the Spiders 13.583 to how long's 9.16.70. Robbie McKinlay, that is huge.
Gee, I think the last score check we had, it was 70.
9-point
a
difference.
9-point margin.
Yeah, to the Spiders.
So they've stormed home there. Brock, they have come home with a bit of a wet sail, haven't they? Yeah.
They have. Yeah,
So-
that is a cracker. Rightio. Well, we might wrap it up here from the Sandy Creek Reserve on a great day of footy. It was the Key West Sandy Creek Hawks making it through to the grand final. First spot this year. 13.16.94 to the Yakandanda Ruse. 6.8.44. From Dan Vaccaro, Robbie McKinlay, Scott Scooter-Fraser and Luke Francis, we hope you've enjoyed the action. Tune in. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
We'll help you get the job done. We'll make your job a smooth one. Duns Twin City Cranes. For your semis, riggers, spotters, cranes. Safety is our second name. You're looking pretty with Duns Twin City. No job's out of reach. Rig it, lift it, move it, shift it. No fuss, talk to us. We'll help you get the job done. We'll make your job a smooth one. Duns Twin City Cranes.
CADMAC want your machinery to keep working as hard as you do. So, as you're gearing up for the busy season, now is the time to stock up on your machinery oil and net wrap. For a limited time, get a free cap when you buy 20 litres of any New Holland oil. Or get a free jacket with every pallet of New Holland net wrap or bale twine. These offers are only available at CADMAC and while stocks last. CADMAC, helping you grow for life. T's and C's apply.
Finer embroidery is in the fabric of our community. Any logo on anything so your business can proudly present themselves well. Embroidery that adds that personal touch that doesn't break the bank. Join the Finer embroidery community today. Proudly supporting the TDFL.
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. wangarattacomputers.com.au.
Write it, space it, and erase it.
Finer embroidery is in the fabric of our community. Any logo on anything so your business can proudly present themselves well. Embroidery that adds that personal touch that doesn't break the bank. Join the Finer embroidery community today. Proudly supporting the TDFL.
We'll help you get the job done. We'll make your job a smooth one. Duns Twin City Cranes. For your semis, riggers, spotters, cranes. Safety is our second name. You're looking pretty with Duns Twin City. No job's out of reach. Rig it, lift it, move it, shift it. No fuss, talk to us. We'll help you get the job done. We'll make your job a smooth one. Guns, Twin City Cranes.